It's Friday night, and that means Pathfinder. We're live, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the
What's up,
internet.
guys?
Welcome to Twitch. Welcome to Evil Comes to the Shining Bay. How you guys feeling tonight?
Not too bad. I want to find out why all these dudes are in these cages. To be honest,
I'm looking to do right by my god and slay an evil null shaman.
You're only saying that because there's a high priestess of your order here.
I would never do that. Just for her benefit. No, I would not.
And I did not notice that Reno actually stepped away. So
It's just extra bonus points because the High Priestess is here.
That's right. So we're going to shoot the shit for a minute until Tim gets back. And who wants to maybe recap our last week?
Well,
Fill everybody in on what happened.
I vote Angel.
What? No way.
I
Becky
always
was the one
do the
that did
recap.
crazy fun.
I always do the recap.
But Becky has the epic story this time.
Becky's thinking about shoes.
Can Becky move her microphone slightly closer? Becky was very quiet. And yet has a very masculine
Becky was
voice.
thinking about shoes.
Becky's thinking about shoes.
is Becky still thinking about shoes?
Becky's always
Shoes.
thinking about shoes.
Let's get some shoes.
Oh my god, shoes.
God, that song. It's like
Stop!
early
Don't
days of
even
YouTube.
mention that song.
These shoes are $500.
These shoes are $500.
These
Stop.
shoes are $500 fucking dollars. Let's get them. All right.
You gotta play that now.
So, all right, recap. Who's gonna do our recap? Apparently, it's not Becky and it's not Halavar.
2006. That song's
Got it.
11 years old. Jesus.
Jesse's camera just died.
They didn't die.
Did you mute your camera so you could pick your nose?
No, I got text messaged. Somebody's
Ah.
supposed to be watching Twitch and he's asking who I am, and I'm wondering if he's actually looking at it. Where am I at on Twitch camera? Which position?
Above the name that says Halavar.
Okay.
Right now it's
But
on-
surely if he's watching, he heard that, so I'm going
That
to get
might
back
make
on camera.
Yeah, you're on the right side of the screen, slightly above center.
All right, Brink. Surely you heard that. So I play Halavar.
So, all right, yeah. So everybody's on camera. We're all ready to go, except we still need a recap of what happened last week. But what's
Tim
up?
collected loot.
Tim was being
Tim,
a
Tim
lure.
always collects loot.
Actually, Tim missed out on the epic loot. So you know what?
That's true. He did.
Screw you, buddy. Where is it?
I'm not gonna tell him of it.
Nope.
I would tell him of it. Tim
Nope.
would be a dick. No, Tim would be a fucking dick about not tell, but I am better than goddamn Tim. I'm gonna tell Tim about the goddamn epic loot.
Wait, who has? Okay, that's fine. Well, we should still do a recap. What
We
just
should do.
happened? I pulled some shit out of my bag. Something happened.
Oh no, I saw something fly across the screen.
Yeah, I
don't know what
that
it was.
It's like there's a line on my screen. That's great. Okay, whatever.
All right, fine. I guess I'll recap it.
Recap that shit.
We came down further into the cave, met up with the goblin, rolled a retarded amount of natural ones, eventually killed it, and then continued down this path. There's a winding corridor that was full of traps. I was in the lead, so I stepped on one, and it spiked me. And at that point, we sent Kylar ahead, and he disabled like 6,000 traps.
That shit sucked.
And we got up to a door which was trapped, and there was a giant blade that swung down from the ceiling and slammed into the door. And he got past that. And inside, we found all kinds of interesting loot. Swords and rods and other shit. Then we left there, went back down through this winding cavern of more traps, and found a bunch of people huddled in the dark inside of cages. And we let them out.
Well, you've opened the cage. You've not yet let them out.
That's true.
But the cage is open. We'll go ahead and bring that up on screen here so everybody can see what we're talking about.
So why do we have such tough luck with single goblins?
It's because they're all squirrely and wily, man.
Yeah,
It's like every time there's just one, everybody is rolling ones.
Dude, I gotta tell you though, I think that goblin needed a UI because it was like roiding hard.
Remember when we first came in and Becky didn't want to shoot that one goblin? She put down her bow, tried to befriend it, and then we rolled nothing but ones.
And you guys proceeded to take
I
30
do
minutes
seem
to
to
kill a single
recall
goblin.
That was not a proud
Well,
moment.
this time Becky tried to hit him with her stick, and it did not go very well.
No, you pretty much impaled yourself, and that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
I didn't impale myself.
Oh,
No,
pretty
you
much,
kind of did. The gnoll
yeah.
just held out his sword and you ran your shoulder straight into it. I'd say that
Oh,
qualifies
yeah,
as
yeah,
impaling
That guy.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Then, at the end of the combat, we finally fulfilled our squad mission.
Goals. Squad
We
goals.
found the rings?
No.
No, unfortunately,
No.
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 That's not a squad goal.
Productive.
squad
Rings,
goal,
what are you
not
talking about?
game goal.
Oh, so you pulled off that move.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
stupid.
They did.
It was awesome. It
They
took like
did.
5 rolls.
And they had to do
That's how-
do numerous rolls to do it, but they successfully did it and broke the gnoll's neck in the process.
And that's how Becky impaled
That's one
herself.
for you, Big Dave.
And
That's right.
which actually brought about via Kylar, one of the kind of things that garnered the most laughs. What happened with the cameras? Oh, Jesse's camera went off again. It garnered one of the biggest group laughs I think that we've had in the campaign so far, which was when Kylar put the gnoll out of its misery.
That was pretty epic.
What happened? What did I do to the gnoll? I forget. I murdered a lot of gnolls.
The one that was with its broken neck that was a quadriplegic on the ground, where you slid your
that was
dagger in
just
through
sad.
the temple and it just wiggled it around a bit.
Yeah.
It was the best way to make sure that it was completely dead.
Isn't it because I rolled a 20 on that? Just to coup de grace it? That was
Yeah,
pretty
pretty
bad.
much.
I gave it. I
Yeah.
fucking scrambled eggs. Its brains.
Yeah. So, and then so you guys have come over. You found a lever, let the cage door up, and you were talking to the people that had just come up to the entrance to meet you, and you had successfully extracted this lady and her tattered noble clothing from this exterior cage, and she is currently passed out. Halavar and Becky were standing up front near the bear traps that they had set just in case, and had been approached by these people thus far, with it seemingly more people coming towards the front out of the darkness.
Okay, I think I was setting up bear traps.
Correct, that's what you guys are standing on.
Okay, wait.
So, that's pretty much where we left off. Kylar and Celissa, since you guys are currently at the back, and then Tim just kind of catching up with the group, what are you guys wanting to do with Halavar and Becky up front, kind of talking to these people that are approaching the gate?
You know what? I'm just gonna kind of back up with, or give Halavar backup if he needs it, because I don't really know. I can kind of hear their conversation, or assuming I can.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna kind of be precautious. I'll have at least a dagger drawn still.
Okay. What about Celissa?
I had just done a healing on everybody, including the prisoners.
The prisoners that were within range, okay. That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're all feeling pretty good. The lady that's on the floor next to you, that you guys extracted from the cave, is. You notice that she kind of let out a very kind of relaxed sigh, and you notice that even in her sleep, her body goes a little bit more relaxed. So that obviously did her some good. What about Tim? What are you doing in the back there?
So all
Dragging
of these
his Santa
people
Claus
are
sack full of loot.
prisoners?
Yes, they were all trapped behind this cage. If you come up closer, you notice that they are all wearing tatters of clothing. Go ahead and make a perception check now that you're coming up and joining the rest of the party.
I'm very perceptive.
You're
5.
still counting all of that sweet loot that you found in the tent.
And as I see Tim finally catch up. Damn it, Tim, took you long enough. I'm gonna kind of show him some of the loot we got. Can you sit in the corner and figure this out for us? Let's see. What do we got? I know you guys picked up some stuff.
I got a couple of rods, I believe.
A rod.
A rod.
I have another mace on my belt from the loot too.
If I recall,
I got
there was a rod, a scimitar, a mace, a
think I got the
sword,
And a
Scimitar?
short sword.
and a short sword.
I had the sword in my bag, and I tried to pull something else out, and my bag freaked out, so now the sword's gone. But
Oh yeah, and I still got that unidentified magical chainmail too.
get to work, Tim.
Okay.
So can I just like kind of hand Tim some of the stuff that we had?
Yeah, the scimitar was in your bag still, by the way.
Yeah, I have the scimitar, but I don't know where the sword is.
Oh, the short sword.
Yeah, it was in there. Oh wait, oh I found it. No,
I
you just pulled that.
I pulled the scimitar out of there, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the sword. It
Do we-
exploded.
Do we already know that these are magical items, or does that still need to be?
We know
They-
they're magical
yes.
items.
Solissa used.
They just haven't been
used to detect
identified.
magic. The sword landed over by Jesse's station, actually.
Thief!
Somehow.
Damn it, Jesse. I know you want to go up on the short sword game, but come on, man.
So, alright. So, yeah, these are 3, at least, of the items.
And
that
then
the
whatever
party
Solissa had, I think.
She had a
Right.
mace.
Yeah,
I
but
have
each,
a mace, yeah.
each individual person is carrying these items, so it's a matter of who wants to try to present their items for Tim to take a look at, if he even feels like taking a look at them now rather than later.
It's up to you,
Um,
Mr. Loot Whore.
Well, and then the other thing, have we rested since 2 sessions ago?
Yes.
No. We have?
Yes, you
I
took
thought we
a
had-
short rest, not a long rest.
A short rest, not a long rest, yeah.
Okay.
Either that or we could go beyond this gate and try to do it in there, so it might be a little bit safer, but if we cleared this place out too for what we understand from where we just came through.
You want to put ourselves in the cage and rest in the cage
With the lever being outside of the cage.
with the lever outside the cage?
Yeah,
And
why
the bad
not?
guy's outside the cage.
Well, oh, we don't have anybody with Mage Hand, huh? I totally thought we did. I'm getting my 2 games mixed up.
I do have Unseen Servant.
I mean, it might not be a bad idea, but or we could just talk to these guys, figure anything else out before we do our identifying.
Yeah, so right now, Halavar and Becky were up front talking to them, so we'll go ahead and continue with that
Go ahead
for a
and move with
moment.
that. Yeah.
So, Halavar, you were up close, you had rolled a perception, which was also, I believe, somewhere in the vicinity of 5. So you failed to notice anything significant. The one thing that you do notice, however, is that all of these people are so filthy at this point that it's almost offensive to you.
Okay.
So yeah, it's at that point there, like the people are starting to come forward. You were talking to this guy that has the oddly enough, a very close to symbol of Palor on his chest. But that's not what he's actually wearing. He's wearing tatters of clothing.
Okay. I was like, because he is quite dashing. If that's what he looks like.
He's wearing more tatters of clothing than anything else at this point.
Okay. So Becky's not smitten then.
I mean, he looks like that just without the clothing.
He's
So
kind of
this is-
pathetic.
Oh, now it's over.
Appreciate
Now
that.
it's over. So it's
man, he's-
tatters of clothing, and he's kind of covered in dirt and grime at this point. But yeah, he had just kind of come up to talk to you guys and see why you're here to let them out and not to murder them, effectively. So any line of questioning you guys would wish to pursue with them at this point?
You are detecting the chaos.
We covered this last time. You detected minute levels of chaos light, as it were.
Okay, so just Halvar then. Or Kylar, I mean.
What are you trying to say, man?
I'm saying you need to wake the fuck up.
What?
Stop wasting your life. Fun God.
Oh, okay, Goblin King.
So Halavar, anything that you're wishing to kind of do or ask at this point, or just say?
I say
anything
that
along those
we're
lines?
actually tracking down the leader of these gnolls, and happily stumbled upon you all.
People are getting our way.
And the guy that you were speaking to previously, these guys are kind of standing back a little bit, just kind of a little bit apprehensive of you being there. But at the same time, their eyes are kind of shuttered a little bit against the light. It seems as though they probably haven't seen light that bright in quite some time. The guy standing immediately in front of you, his eyes are starting to kind of adjust, so his eyes are a little bit more open than everyone else's. He just kind of looks at you and says, and surely the gods have sent you. Most of us, I'm not even sure how long it's been. Some of us are newer, and some were here for, I don't even know how long before I've been here. I know that it's been at least maybe a month, but perhaps two. I lose track of time in the darkness with no way to gauge the passing of time.
Have any of you been taken out
And he's kind of...
and not return?
One, a priestess of your... He sees your symbol on your chest, and he's a priestess of your order, and then he kind of looks, his eyes adjust past you, and he sees Celissa. He says, her! They took her a while back, but she was here the least time of any of us. I'm not sure what they intended the purpose for her to be, but it appears that Palor looks out for her.
Indeed, Palar is a mighty god, worthy of your praise.
The rest of us, again, none others have been removed save for the lady there on the floor, who is set to be as an example. She attempted to attack one of the guards when they brought us our slop one evening, and they extracted her.
Food.
And she's been in that cage for perhaps a month. They give her the least food of any of us, and barely any water. It keeps the rest of us in line so that we do not draw the same fate.
Can I inquire if they have any food left?
So, why are you guys in here?
We do not know. The most of us we were captured in transit on the back on the roads, coming from various cities. The rhyme and reason that we've been able to discern when speaking amongst ourselves is none. All of us seem to be of some sort of noble standing, but the places and methods that they've captured us from is too varied to understand. Some were taken directly from cities themselves, but most captured on the highway as if by highway bandits.
You say most of us. How many of you are there down there?
1, count them up again.
While y'all are counting that up, everybody give a shout out to my boy Brink who's watching us now.
What's up, Brink?
Oh shit!
Hello, Brink.
son.
Like Andy Brinker?
I'm not entirely sure where his name's from, honestly.
Working at Pup and Suds.
Right?
Including the woman that you've saved out there. There are 24 of us presently. Your priestess made 25.
And you have no idea what they're doing with you.
We do not.
Well, here's what's
They've-
gonna happen.
They've kept
Can
us here for
two of
some
you-
time.
Can two of you bring this prone-ass woman inside for us, please?
You're gonna make him go back inside that cage.
Yes.
You are a sick son of a bitch.
I'm just gonna kind of pull out my dagger. Just bring her inside, please. I don't have time for this.
What?
Are you here? Are you not here to save us? You are here to keep us imprisoned as those gnolls were?
Hey,
no-
shut up.
You
That'll
are
happen
no
later.
better. You are no better than they.
Okay, so normally I think I feel like stop this, but they said they had food. I would
gonna
want
close
to
the
know what
gate.
the food is. In fact, I'm gonna start searching for the food.
Nope,
I
I closed the gate. Damn it, I can't click the thing.
So nobody's moved anybody inside the cage yet.
Nope.
So, hold on, Becky. Hold on. As you
Okay, so I put down traps.
start to Kylar is kind of directing these people to take this woman inside. As he's doing this, and Becky starts to move forward to head into the cave system beyond the cage, the floor inside begins to glow, all of it.
Close the gate! Close the gate!
And as the floor begins to glow, you can see further back into the cave system, and you can see some more of these people that were starting to come forward to see what was going on. The amount of grime that is on the floor in here is astounding. The floor areas, the pathways that they walk frequently are obvious. They kind of stick to the walls so that they can easily guide themselves around in the pitch black. The rest of the floor is pretty much covered in a very thick layer of dust and grime. You can make out the bones of some animal that its throat was just slit and thrown into the cage to serve as food for them at one point, and remnants of literal like slop that you would perhaps feed to a pig litters the floor, as though it were just dumped inside the cage as their source of food, so as if possibly to make them fight over the amount of food that was present, or just in a complete disregard for them as beings. As you take all of this in, the brightness of the floor begins to glow even more so. Everyone's eyes that's inside there that are coming forward, they kind of shudder their faces against the brightness as it starts to overwhelm the inside of this cave. And this is all happening within a matter of seconds, like that you're starting to take everything in, and the light level in this room is starting to radiate. A tether of light shoots between this big brawny guy and the woman out on the floor. She begins to slowly slide towards the cage entrance. It's towards the cage. To the point where she's starting to get pulled between Halavar and Becky. And at that point, I'll let you guys decide if you're going to do anything at this moment.
Wait, so who's getting pulled towards us?
The lady that they saved out of the cage back here is getting pulled. Like, there's a light. As the light grows inside, there's a beam of light that's tethered between this big brawny guy and the lady on the floor. And unconscious, she's beginning to slide across the stone floor, getting pulled back into the cage. And then other tendrils of light seem to be reaching out from every person that's inside the cave system, inside the cage, to every other person inside the cage. None of the tendrils of light are coming towards any of you currently, but the tendrils are getting stronger between each of them, including the pathway between the big brawny guy and the lady on the floor as she starts to move more quickly towards the cave entrance. Unholy Brink says, my name was made up on a whim and it just stuck with me.
Yeah, he was saying that he can't tell which one is me, so.
I don't like this guy.
Currently, top right of the screen is Jesse, aka Halavar. So yeah, so are you guys doing anything at this point? Like, it's about.
So, am I already inside the cage?
No,
see the food?
you started to move in towards the cage. You don't see any actual food. You see remnants of slop on the floor, and you see the desiccated carcass.
Not
that's
food you want to eat.
Yeah,
When's
and you
the
see
last
that.
time I ate?
You see that
We
like
just ate.
half a day
You got all
ago.
not hangry.
Yeah, you remember you ate the
Then
soup.
No.
And you see
True.
the desiccated corpse back here of the whatever animal that used to be. More people are starting to come around. You're actually seeing a fair amount of children as well mixed in with this group of people.
Can we see if they're like
children.
tethered the same way?
Yeah, and everybody that you're seeing come forward, they're all kind of... There's tendrils. As they get closer, the tendrils are reaching out across all of them to kind of tie them together in some manner. Halavar, actually pretty much everybody except for Kylar, you're getting this tingling sensation as if magic is literally all around you, but it gives you a very uneasy feeling. It's very unsettling to your system.
I'm trying to think. I want to like cast confess on one of them, but I don't know what to ask them.
This is happening within a few seconds.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
And
go
they're-
ahead and grab the woman and
they're-
try to.
We have bear traps down, guys. We'll be fine. The bear traps will protect us.
And they all seem to be, as these tendrils are reaching out between them, they all are becoming confused as their eyes adjust to the light and they're able to look around. They're very confused at these tendrils, some of them even attempting to like brush them off.
Can I cut them with my sword? Like,
Your
slice
sword
down?
your
I slice-
sword passes straight through it with no effect. Like it
I said,
kind
I'm
of
gonna
just
try
wraps
to,
itself around.
I'm gonna try to get in front of the woman that's being dragged and grab her and try to walk away from
Okay.
the cage.
So as
See
you
if I can overpower the tendril.
as you step between the brawny guy and the woman, you notice the light just kind of refracts around you. It just bends immediately around you, and stays connected to the woman. As you grab onto her, make a will save.
Can I spellcraft or knowledge arcana to try and figure out what is being used? Because it's obvious magic.
Yeah, you can do that, Tim. You can as well if you'd like. Even Becky, if you've got Arcana and Spellcraft, you can roll those also.
Yeah, but I have a question. I have a spell, Know Thy Enemy, gain a plus 10 on
32.
monster knowledge check.
there it is.
Do I have to know the monster?
Okay, sorry, hold on. So say that again, Becky.
I have a spell, Know the Enemy, gain a plus 10 on a monster knowledge check. Is this like monster
Oh my
knowledge in
goodness.
general?
This is not monster knowledge at all.
Okay.
You could use Arcana or Spellcraft, but those are the only two that would really have any effect. So Halavar grabs onto this woman, and you don't feel like you feel like this magic kind of recognized you in some sort of a way, and it tried to latch onto you as well. You were able to kind of bypass it mentally, but the reaction to it kind of made you nauseous in your stomach, the overwhelming feel of this magic, to the point where you you really want to let go of this woman. You haven't done so yet because of your personal resolve, but it really makes you want to let go of this woman. You get the feeling that you either want to let go of her or join her and go inside the cage. But
Push her
it's,
into the bear
but
traps.
it,
Push her
can I
into the bear
see-
traps.
Can I see if Halavar's like reacting in any sort of a way to him touching the lady?
you see kind of emotions passing across his face of passiveness, anger, contentment. Just his face is just flashing through these emotions as he's trying to resist whatever magic that's trying to take hold of him. Let me take a look at these rolls that you guys had for your spellcrafts and
I should be like
Arcana.
absolutely unaffected.
you are you have complete control of your faculties. You are not driven to do anything, but you have the feeling that it's trying to get you to make a decision on if you're going to join her or if you're going to let her go. It's not forcing you, but you get the very distinct sensation that it wants to pull you in. But at the same time, it doesn't necessarily have the power to make it do so at this time. So
Can I roll an acrobatics check? I need to try something.
1 second. Let me take a look at these spellcrafts real fast. So Tim, what were your roll? And they're close enough together that it doesn't matter.
Spellcraft for 21 and Arcana was 20.
Okay, and then Becky, what was your roll for?
It was Arcana.
Arcana. Okay. You guys, you're not able to completely understand what the magic is. You know that it's a binding magic that is connecting the life forces of all of these people, but you're not able to discern the actual purpose. Kylar, what were you going to try to do with your acrobatics?
I hope he's
I
trying
want
kill
to
someone.
close the gate since I'm right next to the handle. I want to close the gate, tumble, and stab the lady in the heart.
Fuck yeah!
Fuck!
Fuck yeah!
What?
Oh my god!
Why?
I have a feeling.
Yes! Yes!
So
Yes.
you guys have not detected any evil. So and they've told you this, so you know that you're stabbing somebody that is neither chaotic nor evil. Just bear that in mind. You're killing somebody that's completely innocent.
Will Becky see this? Because Becky right now is like staring at the food and seeing if she wants to debate herself.
There is no food.
I can be easily distracted. I'm honest. I'm just saying. You
There
should
is
totally
no
go for that.
food. So if
Fine
that's
food.
if that's what you want to do, you can try it, you could do it or attempt to do it anyway.
Fuck yes.
It will be a notable item on your character for future possible alignment shifts, which are painful.
Do it.
But if that's what you want to do, you can easily flip the lever and tumble over, and the way that Halavar is holding on to her will make it a little bit difficult. But your tumble check is successful, but go ahead and roll to hit.
Oh my god. You glorious bastard.
14.
All right, so I mean that will hit. You don't even have to roll damage. She's a human noble. She's straight death. So Halavar, the gate slams closed right behind you. This draws your attention as you look back, and the people inside the gate all look extremely surprised. As you turn back to see what's going on with your party, your head swings around to see who closed the lever, and you land. Your eyes match right up with Kylar's as he finishes his tumble, and he just slams his dagger straight into the heart of this woman that you're holding and trying to keep from sliding into the cage. As soon as he does that, and you see the light drain out of her eyes, the tendril that connects her to the people inside the cage vanishes, and you feel no more pull by the magic.
Nothing? No reactions?
I'm
This is
thinking
your
about
reaction.
food.
Everybody just kind of like,
I'm just gonna kind of stand up and kind of see, the nobles what they say after the gate slam and me kind of killing off this lady being dragged through.
So as the gate slams shut, and Halavar feels relief from this pressure of the magic, and you do feel relief, Halavar. You feel like you were able to resist this magic, but for the short period of time that you were holding on to her, as soon as the magic just vanishes from you, you feel almost weightless, like a heavy burden you didn't know you were carrying has been lifted from you. And you feel utter relief that it is gone. As you kind of turn back to the people inside the cage, the light inside becomes almost blinding. And it kind of just swells to the point, all of the people looking back and forth at you and each other as this light overwhelms them. As just before the light inside becomes too unbearable to continue looking, you see the tendrils between them flash to a black hue. So it's within the light of the cave system. All these lines connecting them turn just pitch black. Just obsidian, the most black you could ever imagine. And it flashes between all of them. And then the light just becomes overwhelming. You can see nothing else inside this cave system, and you are all forced to avert your eyes. When you look back and the light fades down, you look inside and none of the people are there.
Well, that's the second most fucked up thing I've seen tonight.
Wait. What? How many kills was that? How many? You beat my fucking kill streak, god damn it.
I didn't like it. I didn't like what was going on.
Oh, that's painfully clear.
Okay,
Yep.
wait. So I see everyone disappear in front of me, correct?
No, when you look back, they're all just gone.
Oh, I was watching there the entire time. My eyes never turned around.
You were, the light was so bright that you were forced to avert your gaze, or you would have gone permanently blind.
Smoke and mirrors. They're just hiding around the corner, guys.
Okay, I want to go explore because I think there may be hidden food somewhere. Like that's
all right.
Your character literally ate 20 minutes ago.
Just open the gate and go look, so we can close you in there and continue on.
Fine. You will all die without my help. I am definitely going in. Okay, I'm going.
I'm absolutely certain of that. Kylar's going to kill me some way.
Hold on, Becky. As you start to walk in, you get about 4 paces inside the cage. Make a will save.
Womp womp.
Oh, that's what my character would do. What is my will save? 8. Fuck yeah. Oh. Shit, 15.
15. Okay. You are feeling the urge. It's not overwhelming at this point.
To
but
consume human flesh.
You are feeling the urge to just stay here without fighting it. You don't. It makes you want to feel like this is an okay place to be. You don't have anywhere else to go. So you might as well hang out here for a while.
I'm gonna explore my new home.
Everybody else make perception checks.
I saw it.
Waiting on from Angel. Okay, so Halavar, you're the only one. As Becky's walking forward, you see from the ground. Your eyes are still adjusting a little bit, but you see these tiny little tendrils of light reaching up at Becky's feet as she walks along, like they're trying to make a connection to her.
1 second here.
Stab me. You gotta kill me. It's the only way.
Pass my will save. I was gonna let her die. So Unfortunately, I have to tell her something.
Good, my ass.
So you're not overwhelmed right now, Becky. You still have your free will, but you're starting to get a sense of contentment. Brink says, "Shoot the hostage. Halavar is saved by his homie in battle. Halavar for president. Ecstasy is the word. That woman was a trap. Admiral Akbard, bro. She was not human. The tendrils were part of her octopus was." That's a weird word. But yes, so Becky, you're still at this point. You're barely to this point when all of this is occurring.
Okay. Oh, I'm just thinking. You hang up some nice, some paintings on the wall. It's a cozy cave. I want to keep exploring. You got a pile of hay. I mean, what else do you really need? I mean, who knows?
I start saying rights over the dead lady.
So you notice these tendrils reaching up for Becky's feet, and you're not going to say anything
Lawful good, my fucking ass.
to anyone.
Lawful good is getting ready to take care of this poor soul that's been sent to Paylor.
Your partner who's alive. There's a high priestess standing right next to you, and you're about to let
I don't
someone
know
die.
if I could see the tendrils through all the slop you just walked through looking for food.
Well,
You're getting your shoes dirty, Becky.
Just gonna buy new
Your
shoes.
pretty
okay?
pink pumps are getting dirty in there.
You're not gonna get any new shoes in there, Becky.
Well, I guess since I did notice it, and I'm apparently the only one, I'm like, Becky, look at your feet. Get out of there.
Tim, make an Arcana check for me. But yeah, so Becky, Halavar yells out to you that information.
How convincing is he? I mean, because this place is pretty freaking sweet.
It's pretty convincing. And you say, again, you made your will save, so you're not forced into it. You get the feeling of okayness being in there, but you're not forced into being stuck there.
I was fine before going in, and I'm feel fine now. So I'm gonna keep exploring. Like
you're getting a very uneasy feeling of the magic that was inside that cell. You feel it kind of growing again, but in a slightly different way. And your natural magic intuition is telling you that it is trying to exert its will on Becky.
Look, I'm a fucking badass. You guys better give me some more. Like, just come over here. I'm not gonna fucking listen to that.
Hey, Becky, I found some more food over here.
Oh shit!
There's a no. See, I found
we
a
go.
stew around the corner. It looks like those gnolls left some more for us.
Okay, I'm coming back.
Fucking bitch, get the fuck over here.
I'm going to close the gate.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
Can I roll a perception check for that? Do I hear that before I cross the gate?
Yeah, it's over here, bud. Come over. Come here. I found it.
But do I hear him talking underneath his? Do I hear him call me a bitch?
No, that was a whisper to myself.
No,
I mean, no, I found the stew.
I rolled a 13. Do I hear it?
Come hither.
Fine. I will. Oh god damn it!
And I snapped the handle off the lever.
Fuck you guys.
Make a strength check. To snap the iron. It's not what it looks like, but it's an iron bar lever embedded into
I
the
want to
wall.
know if he trapped me or not.
He did not. You made it out. He slammed it shut. He slammed it shut after you made it out.
Tim, I'm gonna tell Tim there could have been loot. I want Tim to be on my side. God damn it!
There's no loot in there. I've been in there.
Prison.
And also, I'm not feeling that place.
So,
We're gonna have the backtrack. There's gonna be awesome loot.
I'd be happy to examine the loot we already have.
We need to discuss what the hell just happened.
Yeah, pretty sure we do.
Where's the soup?
Hey, don't take it out on me. You're the one who was getting all nauseous over there under your turd bucket of a helmet.
What?
Yeah, you're welcome.
I passed my will save by 25 or something.
Still look like you're gonna poop your pants.
Where is this hostility coming from?
I'm just saying she needed to die. I didn't trust it.
I have no issue with that. I have not even noticed that yet.
Becky, the food's over there.
I'm more mad about this food that's not being put in front of me. The dead body does not concern me.
So I'm gonna turn to do a full 360, apparently, and look at Celissa and say, "Can you explain what the hell just happened in there? Maybe."
Can you explain why the hell you just killed an innocent woman?
You killed an innocent woman?
We don't know
Oh.
that. We
I
don't know what
do
was
know that.
happening. Well then, I did it to save Halavar, and I have my reasons.
How far did he save you? How far?
Halavar seems conflicted.
So what happened?
He lied
the
to you about
paladin is
food.
conflicted-
That's strike one.
What happened after she died, Halavar? Can you explain?
I mean, I don't really know this priestess yet. I trust Halavar. Halavar?
Well, whatever magic was upon us ended with her life as it was snuffed out on the edge of your blade.
Jesus
Better-
fucking Christ.
And you felt
Better
a giant
hers than
sense
ours.
and you felt a giant sense of relief.
And I felt a giant sense of relief.
Okay, I don't want to hear about that. Oh my god. That's fucking gross.
Just about like that.
I don't want to hear about your fucking habits, god damn it.
Yeah.
Relief,
So it was
not
either
release.
this priest, it was either this noble or Halavar,
Same thing.
and I took the chance. So
It is not my place to judge you. If you are in error, Palar will surely smite you down.
Priestess, I can't believe what I'm hearing. These fucking blasphemers. You may follow the wrong god, but still, a god nonetheless. Well,
I
how
follow.
how do you judge these fucking these people? Otherwise, we have to
I
arrest them.
think I follow the right god. Remember which god healed you.
Okay, so
Damn, shots fired.
are we mad though at Kylar though? That's all I know.
No, like I said, I mean, it's done. As far as I'm concerned, he'll be judged right or wrong. It's not for me to judge. I know that I felt relief, but it is not my place to judge whether or not this person's life was worth that.
How
he'll
the
be judged
fuck
by
are
the
you
higher
lawful
power.
good? How are you lawful good?
That's extraordinarily lawful good.
You are the law. Literally, you have to we have to arrest Kylar now.
Infighting.
Becky, did you get your food yet? Are you still hangry? Is that what's happening?
There was no soup. You told me there was soup. There was no soup.
You know where the soup's at.
Okay, I'm gonna go walk back towards the soup. You guys can go.
I need to kill something, so let's go find a shaman to kill.
Fuck no! Until I get food, I'm not helping you guys.
You ate like 30 minutes ago. In game, you ate like 30 minutes ago.
Killing people takes a lot of energy. Okay.
Becky,
I
come get
deserve
your
a
bear
snack.
traps.
I like the
Did-
bear traps.
Did anybody want that cool stuff you guys found checked out?
Yeah, here I have it.
All right, what am I inspecting here?
I can drop it for you.
Yeah, so it's a
So
matter of
Technically,
who...
we don't. Technically, we don't know what any of this is. I took it off the board, put it
Okay.
in my bag at the time.
All right, so I'm gonna cast detect magic and then inspect it with my spellcraft skill.
Okay, so yeah, all three of the items
So-
presented in front of you. I don't know if Celesta's gonna put
I'll go ahead and
mace out
I
there.
go ahead and take out the chainmail I've been packing around with me.
Okay. Did I tell you what that was offhand?
No, it was just magical chainmail. It was back where we found the armor stand.
Oh, right. Yes. Okay.
God, when was that?
It was a minute ago. That was quite a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
don't even have that written down.
okay, and then Celestia, you said you were gonna pull out the mace. Or
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Yeah, it's
So you have 5 items before you, and if you want to sit down and inspect these with your Arcana, it's gonna take you a little bit to do so, to try to use your Arcana to figure out the properties of each of these things. You figure at least an hour, if not 2, to go through all of the items, inspecting them, and applying your various knowledge. You're free to do this, but just everybody be aware of the time frame for that. So I mean, you could
time just to sit outside a cell that people just disappeared out of, and somebody was just murdered at.
That's true.
That
I
is
will
true.
eventually get hungry. If I'm hungry, I'm gonna be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that'll also kill kind of
Going
a
to
short
be?
rest. Well, Tim, what do you say?
Hold on 1 second.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it'll be more like an hour total to go through all of the different things, not 2 hours. Closer to an hour.
All right. Well, if you guys would rather wait until we're gone from this area, then I'm cool with that. Just thought you guys might want to use your new cool toys.
I don't know how cool they are. Why would I care?
That's a good question.
Yep. Let's just say, you know what?
I mean-
we don't want to spend the time on. We don't want to spend 2 hours right now
Alrighty.
and do that. I'll take.
Okay.
I'll take them off the table.
Okay. Are you gonna try to do any of them before you take off, or just holding off on all of them until later?
I think we're just holding off then.
Okay. So using your detect magic, you can kind of tell which ones are like stronger magic that might take you a little bit longer to figure out, and which ones are weaker magic that you might be able to do a little bit quicker. Okay. So if you're gonna hold off, that's fine. All right. So
Yep.
go ahead and retrieve those back off. So what did I do? Wrong thing.
I'm going to turn to Tim real quick. Tim, can you detect magic on the body
He
of his
has
priestess?
he had detect magic turned on. There's no.
Oh, okay. So it's just an area. Okay.
Yeah, so as you look over at the corpse, you see no, like, she's wearing tatters of clothes. She has no items on her whatsoever. You see, like, kind of wisps floating off of her that seem like fading magic. It's
Does it look anything like the kind of like remnants of magic when we were looking for those rings? Is it similar to that?
It is, actually.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Womp womp.
I think the rings may be involved, or
And-
whatever power created the rings is involved.
So
That's a
we're in
good
Mordor.
question, because wouldn't I have recognized it, Adam?
Not immediately. It's not even now when you're looking in her general direction. It's not an overtly evil aura right now, and you felt for literally a split second what you might have thought as being a great amount of evil around you, but it was there and gone so quickly that it didn't even register for you.
Okay. Well,
Like
looks like
thinking,
we're on the right path.
like thinking back about it, if now that Tim mentions that,
Looks like someone found a place to kick up their feet.
Ben, thanks for the follow. Think like as you think back at the events that just occurred. Now that Tim mentions that, it kind of registers in your brain that there was a very brief moment of extreme evil, very similar to the rings, but it was so quick that you didn't even think anything of it at the time.
Okay.
Well, nothing else to do here.
Yeah, let's
Let's try to track down whoever's casting this magic.
So, Alyssa, is there anything we need to do for that body?
We said our prayers over it.
Okay.
Just leaving her there.
All right.
So we're
She's
gonna go
with
back
Paylor
and,
now.
Find some more food.
Yeah, that's totally what we're doing.
Well, we don't want to go. So the path we came still has all the disabled traps. So just for future reference, I didn't leave any of them up.
Anything back this way, Adam? Yet?
Not yet, no. You travel all the way, all the way to the back of the cave, and you don't find anything else in here. There's.
Hey, look! It's Becky's virginity. It was under this rock the whole time.
Oh, hey.
I lost it a long time ago.
It's
not in here though.
As you're kind of traveling through this area here, this bottleneck, though, it doesn't make you don't make much note of it on your way in, but as you're going back out, you can kind of notice where it looks like they were carving into the stone to maybe make way for another gate. Just basically like looking at the channels that are carved into the stonework, it looks like it's probably where another gate would go, but they haven't gotten very far in the construction process at this point.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll
you guys
back out.
Guys, check out the remainder of the side of this side of the cave system, and you find nothing of note.
All right. Well, I guess we'll go back out down the trap path, huh?
Yep. They should all be still disabled, hopefully.
Becky,
this is we did take everything out of these crates the last round.
You did, yes.
Pretty sure we did.
Do we notice anything? Can we? I mean, I know we just kind of cleared this area out. Well, it's only been what 30 minutes or so.
It's been maybe since you fought the gnolls and the warg. It's been maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess we go completely back out of the entire area through the gates, right?
Yep.
Looks like that was our only route.
And Tim, it just now registers for you as you walk through this area that there's like a dead gnoll, a dead warg and 2 gnolls just lying dead on the ground. You didn't even notice them on your way in.
Way to go, Tim. Way to be perceptive.
Oh, no, I saw him for sure. Definitely.
All right, and are all of your figs off of the board?
Yep.
Okay. Somebody was moving their fig around, and apparently it sounded like spoons. And Brink's like, I know Chris Cornell died, but Spoon Man died with him.
Ooh, too soon.
Load map. Watch now, mine's going to be doing it. Oh, there we go. Okay.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm just gonna follow you guys. Move my fig.
Okay. Just imagine not all of these things are dead because you guys already killed them. So yeah, you guys come back in from down here at this corner.
Which corner?
Aha.
Oh, down on the other side. Okay.
Yeah.
So we know. Let's see.
Yeah, you guys have been in this general area already. You know that you passed, like, as you come back up here, you know that there was one passageway that you passed back here. On this side, there was a direction this way that you could have gone. This is the way that you already went and murdered the gnolls, and then there's a path to go this way.
Okay, I say we go this way. It's close.
Yeah.
Alright. So as you get here, you notice that there's a path that you can go this way. and then to your left there's a passageway as well.
Can we feel like any breezeways coming from either side, or is there anything coming from?
If you stop for a moment and just kind of take in, you can actually feel slight breezes from both directions. Like wind is coming from both ways towards you and siphoning back down this hallway.
Well, we won't just stick with the close paths and go to the left.
Yeah, we can do that. Just take the closest one, because we probably can't even see down the other side.
Okay.
Grab solicitor.
So you guys head out of that hallway. It takes about 45 minutes of just wandering down kind of a one-path cave system. You're going to be coming in from over here. And then as you guys are traveling for that, what did I say, like half an hour, you eventually start to, without even making perception checks, you all start to make out the sounds of voices ahead. You're catching some light reflecting off of the hallways ahead of you, making its way into the tunnel that you guys are in, traveling just through via reflection down the pathway. Get this built, and then you guys can have your heart attack.
Can we understand anything the voices are saying?
At this point, it's a jumble of voices. It's not, you're not hearing any specific conversation. You're hearing a bunch of different voices. Some common, some what sounds like goblins, some that sounds like Gnollish.
Okay.
Oh, this
Looks
is
like
gonna,
a party.
this is gonna hurt.
So, I would like to point out that I still haven't arrested, so I'm about to run out of my banes. So I suggest we blow up the cave.
Just goes now.
No, okay. We won't do the all of it. We'll do a smaller portion. We'll pour some into a smaller container. We'll put it on a dog, and we'll blow them all up. We won't blow up the entire cave, just like everything in this room.
Where'd you get a dog?
Tim has a dog. Tim can summon a dog.
He can't send him to die because the dog still understands.
No, you don't tell the fucking dog then. we make the plan. He summons the dog. The dog doesn't know that there's a bag of death around its neck. And we kill all of this. None of us die. Key point, none of us die. I mean, I assume we're detecting chaos and evil. Why are we risking our lives?
Because that's what we do.
No.
That's literally our job.
I kill one lady, and this guy wants to blow up the entire city.
Whoa. You are
Reasonable.
chaos. Adam, do I detect chaos?
At the distance that you guys are at, when you start hearing the voices and seeing the light reflecting off the walls, no, you do not. Not as of yet.
Fuck.
It's carried light coming because the walls and the humidity is starting to pick up a little bit, so the walls have a slight amount of dampness to them that gives them a slightly bit more of a reflective sheen, and the light's carrying a little bit further than it probably would, and you're in a single path cave system, a tunnel, so the sound is echoing and it's probably carrying further than you would think as well. So you guys are still a little ways out from this when you start catching like the whispers and stuff echoing down the hallway.
Look,
Well, as I hear the whispers,
it's bad. It's a big cave. We can blow it up. It's structurally sound.
but we are also pretty far deep into this cave, so I'd rather not risk a cave in.
I will let you guys retreat, and I will shoot the arrow and take that risk.
That doesn't sound fun.
I want to get more kills than you did. I want to kill all these fucking people.
I didn't get any kills. I killed one lady.
And then you killed 12 other people by proxy.
We don't know if she died or if they all died because of me.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna-
I'm jealous. I'm just saying. I will blow up this part of the cave. We'll be fine. Guys, Adam's not stopping us. Okay, that's all I'm saying. This will take fucking forever. It's just easier if we blow up the cave.
We could set traps.
I hear
instead.
common, so
Yeah, we hear
very
common
good
and goblin.
possibility we can talk to these people.
You're also
Look,
making
If the
out, like,
ogre let us go.
You're also hearing sounds of like general laughter. Like there's some
They're
livelihood.
laughing
up ahead.
at our misfortune.
Yeah,
They're
didn't he
mocking
actually?
us.
Didn't he actually direct us this way?
Yes.
Did who direct us this way? The guy
That ogre that we talked to,
Orc.
who gave us directions on who to go talk
Orc.
to.
Oh,
or
that's
orc,
that's
I'm sorry.
right. Yeah. I'm gonna roll a stealth check and just try to get a little bit closer, see if I can start hearing anything.
Okay.
At 37.
All right. So if
One of you die.
if you're going up ahead of the group, you sneak up and you can get right up to this entryway.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna like hold my hand against the wall because I
Uh,
can probably see a light source, and I want to
yeah.
stay further away from it.
Yeah. So right as you get up to here, go ahead and make a perception check just to see how much of this you're able to take in. Okay.
22.
So yeah, you see as you enter this area, it's a bigger cave system, an opening that has obviously enough room for a large gathering of people. You see a brazier burning off to your right, a pile of logs, and then two barrels off to the side. You can't really tell what's in them at this distance, but just two standard barrels. You see to your left, around the cave wall, that there are several tents set up over there, and then in the distance over here you're able to make out a couple of larger tents. Sitting at a table, or a row of tables, are these beings over here. You can make out a dwarf, at least one human, looks like a gnoll and an orc, and they're all just kind of gathered around the table. They're eating and drinking, and they seem to just be having a generally good time. Not ruckus or anything. Kind of get the gist that maybe there are more people here than what you're able to discern. And looking at the tents, you figure some of them might be sleeping. You hear more sounds of chatter coming from over in this general area, but it's in languages that you can't make out. It sounds very weird to your ears, so you're not able to discern anything that they're talking about. These people just seem to be having a discussion just about, from what you can pick up at least, about methods to knock out or abduct people, and funny circumstances that they've run into in doing that. The floor in this area looks much cleaner than most of the parts of the cave system that you've been in, like it's actually maintained pretty decently. You do catch a scent of food coming off of maybe some cooking pots, or maybe it's the stuff drifting off the table that they're eating. And that's pretty much all that you're able to garner.
Okay, I'm gonna ease back to my group and kind of tell them, all right, guys, I kind of hear what's going on up there. I can't make out everything that's being said, but I know that there's humans and they're speaking common and maybe a few other languages I don't know, but it doesn't sound good. Sounds like they might be responsible for everyone that was in that cell.
Do you feel like doing some closer recon?
I
See
can
if you
definitely try to get closer. I'm
See
gonna.
if you can determine where the shaman is. If so, I'll give you a little loan here and send you in. Do you remember what Gladsheem looked like?
Oh shit. Let's see.
You got a good look at him when he was in the cell.
I know what. Yeah, I know what he looks like. I was trying to find an actual description, but yeah,
Go
I
ahead
remember
and
that. I remember that
reach in
bastard.
If you're
I
gonna,
reach into my pack and bring out the hat and kind of hand it to him with a grin.
I like where this is going.
if you're gonna go in again, then let me go ahead and make it a little easier for you. I'm gonna go ahead and start casting invisibility
Or that. What do you think would be better, invisibility or going in as Gladshim, Tim?
I'm Gladshim was a dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that.
I can do both. I can come back to the hat if I feel like we can get more information by getting closer.
Okay.
I mean, it would be medium creature to medium creature, so he wouldn't have any problem
Being
looking like Gladshim.
Okay.
But it's a matter of what Tim wants to do. You could do both for all I care.
It's well, if Kyler's going to be the Gladshim face, then it's up to him.
I'm gonna grab the hat from Halavar, slip it on. Well, let's look like this bastard that tried to kill us.
Okay, make a wisdom save for me. Or not a wisdom save, just a wisdom check.
What's my modifier? Let's see. Ooh, that's gonna be bad. Is it gonna be use magic device or is that something different?
No, this is just a straight check. Okay.
Not bad though.
You're able to pretty accurately recall what Gladshim looked like, and as you use the hat, and because you've been instructed on how to do it, you guys figured that out previously. So you put on the hat, you kind of concentrate on Gladshim, you get a pretty good image of him in your mind, and you feel the magic kind of rippling over you. As you look down, one of your short swords looks like his axe. The other one looks like a dagger. You know just by resting your hand on them that they're still your short swords, but they look like the weapons that Gladshim was carrying. As everyone else looks at you, you guys see a very accurate representation of Gladshim.
All right.
I'm gonna turn over to Becky. I assume they're still kind of near me. Becky, set up the traps just in case.
Wait, what am I putting the traps?
Kind of just where we are in case we need to retreat. I don't know if this thing's gonna go south real quick or not.
So we're gonna blow up the cave?
I need bear traps and get your bottle ready.
So
It wouldn't be a bad idea to put maybe some of the that explosive stuff on the bear trap.
Would it ignite that way? I mean,
Suppose we could put our flint on one of the teeth. When the snap's closed, you get the flint spark.
That's if it snaps closed all the way through the bone.
Oh, that's true. I say we're probably looking pretty good if Becky just wants to tie it to an arrow and fire it at that brazier.
Right.
You guys don't have any small flasks with which to do that yet. You still haven't obtained those. You've got the water skin.
What's he got then?
The water skins.
Water skin do the trick.
That was a lot.
Not attached to an arrow. I fly like 2 feet.
Be like an amp guard arrow.
Just cover my ass.
In the flammable stuff?
No. I meant cover my ass in case I need to run out.
Alright, so you're heading in?
I'm just gonna start heading in.
All right.
Saunter up and just go take some food off somebody's plate and like, what's up, you randy bitches?
Pretty much.
All right, so you start walking in. Guys, the dwarf and the human sitting there at the table turn around and take a quick look at you. They see you walking up and they look confused for a second, and they just kind of nod at you and go back to their conversation.
I'm just gonna take a seat. And I forget, is the hat's just an illusion, correct?
Correct. The hat can look like whatever you want it to look like. It has, but you would still be wearing something on your head, so it could look like a brooch, a bobby pin. He has a lot of hair, so it could even be a tie for a hair knot.
Yeah, we'll just say it's that. Okay. I'm gonna just try to listen in on their conversation now that I'm closer.
So yeah, they're just having kind of a conversation. They're talking back and forth a little bit to the gnoll and the orc that are down the table from them, kind of including them in the conversation, even though they're all kind of sitting far apart. And they're just talking about, yeah, one of the nobles, I caught him as he was sneaking out from his mistress's house back to his wife. Fool had no idea what hit him. Talking about nearly catching somebody with their pants down. Quite literal.
I'm gonna kind of pretend like I don't care about their conversation and just continue down, taking head counts, trying to see how many people are in here.
Okay. Just moving along. They're mostly concentrating on their general conversations and eating their food.
You should steal something from Con Air, Paul. Be like, this one woman, I wore her head around as a hat through 3 different countries.
So yeah, you get over here.
Stupid, they're gonna be like, "What?"
You get over here and you see pretty much what you see. You see a bunch of kobolds and a goblin gathered around a fire. Make a perception check.
16.
You vaguely hear the sounds of snoring coming from some of these tents. If you kind of peek in by the light of this fire that they're cooking their stew on, you can kind of make out the shapes of a couple of people's feet or creatures' feet inside the tents as well. So it lets you kind of know that there are more people in this area than is immediately recognizable. As you kind of approach this area, several of these kobolds and the goblin kind of turn to look at you. And they just kind of sneer at you a little bit.
Piss off.
Like they're trying to keep their privacy.
Yeah, so it looks like we got a mishmash. I'm gonna
Stinky
walk
dwarf.
over and explore. Like shit. There's quite a few here, and not get too close to their fire to see what's going on over here. Looks
Yeah,
like
you
maybe
see a
gnolls.
gathering of gnolls hanging out over there.
And I can't recall if the shaman was a gnoll. I believe he was a gnoll
Yeah, he's
from
a
the bastard that tried to kill me.
Yeah, these guys all to you look more like fighter types, if anything else, than anything else.
Can I see if there's any, or can I see if there's anything inside the tents, or do I notice?
From your current distance, you do not notice anything. Make a perception check again.
20.
Okay, you notice that none of these gnolls, and as you kind of look back at the gnoll and the orc that are sitting at the table, kind of taking them in as you start to realize this, the kobolds and the goblins all had their weapons on them, like strapped on them, like they're ready to do combat at any time. Everyone else that's just kind of sitting around having food, you see that their weapons are maybe by their tents, perhaps inside their tents. You don't even see weapons for all of them, but the majority of them do not have their weapons actually strapped on them.
Okay. So they're pretty laid back right now. I'm going to continue down the room.
All right. And back to this area, it starts to get a little bit dark. You're kind of having a hard time making out anything at this point. You're getting some residual light. You could pick up the sounds of, as you move more away from the conversation, it's more apparent that there are people sleeping in the majority of these tents.
Okay. I'm actually going to continue to as far as I can see. And just let me know where, like, my light kind of fades.
It's as you start to get around this corner.
Okay.
You see, so you can get to this point and you can still see this stack of kegs that are standing there. So you figure
I'm gonna inspect the kegs, like if there's like a tap or anything, see if it has the same viscosity of some of the other stuff we found in this cave system.
Yeah, all 3 of the kegs have taps in them.
Okay. Can I like just kind of put my fingers around each tap and see if it feels like wine or if it feels like that explosive flammable death stuff?
Most of it feels pretty thin. When you smell it, it all smells like a pretty just kind of stout ale.
Okay. And at this point, since I can't see, I'm actually going to take out my dagger and kind of conceal it since it has light cast on it.
Okay.
And that way I can kind of...
It's a 0 spell, so I'll say that they could have recast that at any point in time.
Okay. And I'm just going to kind of make my way down here.
Okay. Yeah, and you're seeing like stacked up crates, things along those lines.
Nothing of interest.
Nope, nothing of interest right now. It's all closed crates. You can see a guy standing up here, and he appears to be taking a leak in a well that's back there. And as you start to come up, he kind of looks back over his shoulder and he's like, "Fucking hell, my eyes just got adjusted to the dark."
Oh, sorry, mate. I didn't realize I had my dagger out. I needed to take a piss.
Fucking what you saying?
Kind of just turn around and head back the other way. And let's say I just kind of, and as I turn the corner again, I'll sheath my dagger.
Okay.
So that way, they don't wonder why the damn dwarf is using a light dagger. All right, I'm gonna make my way back to my party. Kind of fill them in on the situation.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think we're outnumbered. That's safe to say, guys. And I counted at least 25 or so of them in there. And I have a good feeling that they're the ones who have been trapping nobles throughout the city and bringing them down here. Some of them look like they might be unarmed at a portion of their table, but it would be hell to try to get through this. So we need to figure something out, whether or not we're going to go through in a stealth-like fashion somehow, or try to take them all on, which might be an issue.
How many times can you cast invisibility? 2.
So what I'm hearing is we're gonna blow up the cave.
No, because as I was walking through, I did see another portion of the cave we can make it to if we get through this. And with that said, if we do have another cave in, we're not going to be able to get through.
Yeah,
Okay.
there was another portion of the cave we could try before we go through this melee too.
So I would like to suggest, in case we all fail our stealth rolls, that we be prepared to cast the dog or whatever Tim can cast, put the flask in its mouth, blow up the cave as we run out the exit.
We don't know if that's an exit though. I didn't go all the way through.
Yeah, I'm thinking we probably ought to explore the other portion of the cave.
I mean, I think we're pretty much fucked. If we fight all these people, we get caught. I'm saying, if we're caught, we should have a backup plan.
We should, but right now I think Halvar's right. We should try to backtrack and see if there's something we can use to our advantage in a different portion of the cave.
Yeah, we don't have to kill everything we come across.
Everybody
just take
make perception checks for me.
– 17.
24.
Ocho.
Did I get one from Celicia yet? Did I miss hers?
No, I was looking up my numbers.
Okay. Alright, so
15.
Kylar and Becky, you're hearing the sounds of clawed feet coming towards you. Like it's kind of like they've entered the tunnelway and are making their way towards you. Just sounds like the feet of one person or creature.
I'm gonna draw my bow.
Okay.
I'm actually still dressed as Gladsheen. I'm going to tell them I hear something coming in to kind of duck behind cover, and I'm going to re-enter the room.
So there's like a little bit of some alcoves. No, so you guys are actually back in the tunnel system right now. Like you're a ways back. And so it sounds like somebody's kind of entered the tunnel system and they're coming towards your direction. And those of you that that I said before, so Becky and Kylar. You're hearing kind of a...
Glatching. Hey, Glatching. Where'd you go?
I'm gonna. Yeah, I hear ya. I had to take a piss.
I heard rumor you died.
Me? Dead? You're a fool to think that. No. Hit them with all a fireball spell and took off through the wall. They couldn't keep up.
And you just kind of, like, as you kind of approach him, he looks at you a little bit.
So you detonated your fireball. And you lived.
Have you ever heard of spell storing, you mindless oaf?
Ooh.
Yeah. That tooth in your mouth. You blew it up.
No. Not that one. It was on a ring I had with me. It was kind of a precaution, if you will.
Well, if you're alive, I'm sure the boss would like to see you.
Finally, someone I can actually speak with.
And he just kind of turns around and starts walking back towards the cave. Motions over his shoulder at you. Like, follow him.
I'm gonna... Yeah, I don't see a fig, so I'm just gonna kind of go through.
So you're just gonna follow him in?
Yep.
Alright. So it's this knoll, one of the ones that you'd pass by the campfire. He leads you kind of this general direction.
And are we out of sight from everything?
You guys are, yeah. So you guys get back to this side of the cave system, and he starts taking you down another kind of a windy corridor. And if you're gonna continue following him, he leads you down this corridor for maybe 15 minutes.
No, I was gonna say, as we're completely out of sight, I'm gonna coup de grace him in the back.
He's not helpless, so you can't actually coup de grace.
Oh, he's not helpless? Can I...
You could make a sneak attack.
Could
Yeah.
he do a double weapon sneak attack?
He could, yeah. I mean, you can. You're kind of walking along as you go, so that it kind of counts as movement, but you're not really in combat, so you can plan it out to make your strike at the right time. So you could attack with both weapons, and try to make two attacks against him.
What do you think, Kylar?
Yep.
Think about it. He may have too much hit points. I know you're gonna do a shit ton, but he may have too much.
This is true.
You're looking at like maybe 65 damage.
And technically, you would only get the sneak attack on the first weapon.
Yeah, knowing that he's a knoll, he probably has a ton of health. I'll follow him. I figured I could coup de grace him, but if that's not the case, then no.
All right, so you're gonna follow him through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you follow him down another winding corridor for maybe 15 minutes or so, which lands with you coming up this way. And as he gets to this point, he kind of says to these other two gnolls that are here as you approach, kind of just directs to them and says, I guess the rumors were a little exaggerated. Tough bastard managed to survive somehow anyway. And then, like, at that, he turns and starts heading back towards the other cave system.
And I just see these two gnolls in front of me.
Mm-hmm. They do have their weapons on them. Not drawn, but they have their weapons there. And they're just kind of looking at you like, what are you doing? Because you're just kind of standing there.
Yeah. No. So this bastard back here told me the boss wants to see me.
He said he would probably like to see you since you're actually alive and not dead.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna actually just proceed. Screw it. YOLO.
Alright, as you walk through, you see 2 more gnolls on the other side of this fence standing guard.
Okay.
This area is mostly dark. You're getting some residual light from the campfire that's up there. As you approach this area, you see what looks to be an altar of sorts back here.
I'm gonna walk towards it.
Okay. So as you approach, you see a very ornate rug, an altar of candles, but kind of around the base of all of the candles is like a tacky red substance. And then there's a barrel off here to the left. And looking in, just from the candlelight that you're seeing there, you're able to kind of just barely make out the shape of skulls. They've just been kind of idly tossed.
Oh, good. We're gonna leave that. I don't want to go anywhere near it. Thinking to myself, I have no way of figuring out what that might be. I'm gonna proceed through. I don't know if I'm going too fast.
No, that's fine. And then, so as you approach over here, you kind of take in this area. There's another brazier, so go ahead and stop at that point. There's another like big brazier fire set in the middle of the room. You can make out, obviously, in the center of that. The lever down there. In the center of that, there's a kind of a pile of skulls with the light shining, the fire kind of coming up and shining out through the eye sockets of those. There's another campfire off to the side that appears to have another like kind of cooking pot on it. A single table in the center of the room with a chair atop another kind of ornate rug. You catch the shape of a cage off to your left that appears to have somebody in it. And he's just kind of slumped, holding onto the cage, trying to hold himself up. You can't really tell if he's passed out or awake, as he's not making any sort of movements. And then you see what looks very familiar to you because you got an up-close look at him previously, like the shaman that had previously attempted to sacrifice you. And he's kind of huddled over his workbench looking at some stuff and examining a book.
Okay. I'm gonna slowly approach him and kind of make idle chatter.
Go
Boss.
ahead and make a perception check.
Where's my buttons? $12.
Okay.
That's not good.
All right. Yeah, you don't really take much in else of note at this point. Yeah, you just see him kind of sitting there huddled over his table.
I'm gonna
Get a
approach
little-
him. And, yeah. No, I'll kind of go up to the. I'm gonna go up to the man in the cage and. You alive in there? And kind of get my boss's attention. I think you got a fresh one here this time, boss.
Don't mess with my subjects.
I know. I just wanted to make sure it was lively for you. So I hear you wanted to see me. I made it by the skin of my teeth, if you will.
From what I heard, your teeth were collected as remnants. Tell me,
You heard.
how
wrong.
did you survive?
Well, these fools decided to interrogate me instead of using a confess or trying to get something else out of me. So, while we're in the interrogation room,
Wow.
I had a ring of fireball on my spell storing ring, and I got it loose and let one of the buffoons step on it, and it blasted us away and knocked us through the wall, and I was just able to make my escape. So the teeth that you found weren't mine.
I found no teeth. And as for blasting you through the wall, I find that very hard to believe. Considering the walls inside their citadel and their interrogation rooms are 10 feet thick to prevent just that sort of thing from happening. He just kind of looks you up
Not-
and down.
These weren't the smartest cops on the street. They didn't even take me to the interrogation room. They took me to a safe house made of wood.
My sources say otherwise.
Your sources are completely wrong. I'm
Wow.
standing here, aren't I?
Someone is standing here. I've yet to determine if you are who you say you are.
Listen, I had a long, long walk here. Can we get this over with? Is there anything you needed from me before I go and deposit our new prisoners?
Which new prisoners you speak of?
I managed to lock down a priestess of Palor and her knight, a mage, and a hunter. They're waiting downstairs to open the gate so I can throw them in. And they brought me up here instead.
She kind of looks you over, trying to take in what you've said, and make a go ahead and make a bluff check.
Damn it.
What's higher, bluff or diplomacy? Bluff or diplomacy?
23.
Not bad.
We'll get to your loyalties later.
Well then, if
Show
you'll
me
excuse me.
these vagabonds. Bring them here instead of the cages.
Sweet.
They are under my spell, so I can make them walk, but
Under
that's
y-
it.
Under
They
your
are completely
spell?
bound.
You have no magic, dwarf.
You do realize who I also have worked for in the past, don't you?
Wow.
I'm sensing another bluff check coming.
Yeah.
The dark magician Tim. Horror be his name.
He kind of he starts looking you a little bit more up and down. He lets out a loud kind of just a barking sound that you don't recognize as any sort of language, and you start to hear footsteps coming up from behind you. Says, and he kind of looks at you and says, "To my knowledge, you've never worked for anyone more powerful than me. Trust me."
Maybe not as powerful, but a little sneaky.
You will bring these fools to me, and I will see for myself how much in your control they are.
All right, have it your way, boss. I wanted to make things easy for you.
And as the other
I'll
gnolls
bring-
walk up behind you, he says, "They will assist you. Bring me these men, priestess of which he speaks."
We'll be back.
And he just kind of goes
Keep
back.
this guy.
he goes back to his book.
Keep this guy fresh for me. All right. Do, 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 do.
All right, so you guys are hanging out on the other side of the cave system. After maybe about 25 minutes, the conversation time and walking time, Gladsheem comes walking back down the corridor with 4 gnolls behind him in tow, and they're all kind of walking in your general direction.
I knew it. He betrayed us. He seemed like the type.
So you can, and Kylar, you hear the gnolls behind you. You can't really make out what they're saying because they're speaking in their own language. But it sounds like you get the general gist that they're on alert.
As Gladsheem comes walking up, I kind of shumble out a little bit. Just go, Master. Look at it, Gladsheem.
That's a little. But how would you know to do that, though?
Because I don't want to fight, and he's bringing people like he's walking up on us.
Can I engage the conversation first, or are they gonna?
Yeah, you
they're-
can
they-
engage conversation first, but we see
Okay.
you coming up with
They
gnolls.
see me coming with
We're
gnolls.
just basically standing there in the middle of the light.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll engage the conversation, kind of, to carry it, before my party does anything drastic?
Go ahead and do it.
Listen up here. You know the deal. You make any stupid moves, and I don't see your captain, she's dead before we get back up to the caves. You want your captain alive, or you want her dead? You want her alive, you come with us.
Are you,
Yes,
so you're addressing that to the party?
Yeah.
One of the gnolls walking
I
behind
guess-
you, like, puts his hand on your shoulder, on Gladsheim's shoulder.
I thought you said they were at the cage.
No. They followed. This is what happens when I have you whelps trying to bring me every which way throughout these stupid caves.
So he digs his hands in a little bit, and you feel his claws kind of pressing into your shoulder. Not like he's trying to necessarily hurt you, more so as like giving you a warning that he's already got his hands on you, and not to insult him or damage. And then he kind of releases his hand from you and just waits.
After he said that, I'm like, all right, Gladsheim, all right. Nobody wants to see anybody get killed. Just let's get this over with.
Why are they still armed?
They're bound enough. They make any stupid moves, and they know the price.
Make them give up their weapons.
All right. And where are we right now in relation? Like, I know this is off topic. But
Yeah, you guys
we
are
in.
You're back into the cave system a little bit, like in a tunnel area. Like maybe 40 feet back from the entrance to that previous area.
Okay. From the area where my party was.
Correct.
Okay.
Like you're back down that tunnel way.
I guess I'll go ahead and unsheath
No,
my sword and
I didn't say
hand
what
it
you
over to
did.
Gladsheim.
No, don't do that. That's stupid. I'm gonna initiate
Wow.
since this guy is in striking distance. Because we're about 30, 40 feet from the other party, and we got 4 gnolls in front of us. We kill these guys, and no one else will give us any shit about me taking you through the entire area.
Suppose that's true.
That's what I'm thinking.
You guys are, like I said, though, you can still hear the voices coming from inside that cave system, so any battle that happens,
so
you're sure
they'll be
that
able
they're
to hear
gonna-
it?
Yes.
Oh, it's that close. Okay.
Just saying we're
I'll-
gonna blow up the cave.
I don't want us to lose all of our shit.
Well, as long as you're holding it, not them.
Yeah, what do we have? Well, it's just a sword and Becky's crossbow.
I'm not letting go of my
mace.
crossbow.
I've got a pair of maces hanging off the belt right now.
I
That's
also
gonna
got
be
a big old sword too.
that's gonna be up to the gnolls. Hold on, we got to think about this.
Do the gnolls really want to carry all our shit? Or just
Ooh.
make us carry all our shit still?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of politely address the gnoll that threw his hand over my shoulder and say, "Do you guys want to carry all of their stuff, or do you just want to trust me on this and say if they make any stupid moves, they know the consequences?"
Weapons.
All right.
Now.
This is gonna take us through that other big room, right?
Yep.
I don't like it.
I want to use confess on him and like, no, I don't want to do that. Wow, he kind of fucked us. Could have just blown up the goddamn cave and everyone in it.
And failed our
Small-
mission horribly.
Is Becky saying this out loud?
No. But I'm
Okay.
saying to you guys in Discord, We could have just blown up the cave, gone through the remains, probably dinged in the process, gone level 7 for killing like 18 guys.
I still say that it wouldn't be that big of a deal as long as he's carrying our weapons. Just once we get in there, get into trouble, he just fucking throws them behind him and then rushes and does his spring attack.
I'm gonna go up to Halavar, put my hands out, take his sword, and
give him a resigned sigh and hand it over.
And go to Becky and take a crossbow and throw it over my shoulder.
Well, I don't have a crossbow. I have a bow.
Oh, it's a regular bow. I'll take the bow and just kind of throw it on top.
No. Not what? Yeah.
It's either me or the gnolls.
The bow's not going to do anything without arrows. Just take the quiver.
Oh yeah, take the quiver.
I'm fine with that. You're not taking my fucking bow. You're not taking my bow.
And I'll say, do you really think this priestess knows how to use those weapons? And do you think the man in robes can do anything with that bag?
Shouldn't have even brought up the bag.
Let's just get this over with. It's just a backpack for all he knows. Look, I rolled a 25 on my bluff check. Bluff the shit out of it.
Well, that would be diplomacy. What's your diplomacy?
Oh, let's see. 10. So 27 then.
Okay. He looks at you and he gives kind of a resigned nod and just turns around and starts walking back the other way.
All right.
So totally off topic, Jesse, I totally actually did this exact move at a Noblander several years back.
Yeah.
This exact move. And yes, we bluffed our way past all the guards, and yes, we won. So I have confidence in this plan.
Good. I like it.
All right. So as he kind of follows through, I turn to my party and say, "You know what the deal is. You stick with me, or she dies."
All right, Gladstream. All right.
All right. So they lead you through the big room with all the various beings that are in there: humans, gnolls, kobolds, and goblins. Travel you about 15 minutes down another winding corridor, and then lead you into this room. So everybody go ahead and put yourselves down here towards the end to start. Or just put yourselves like past this fence line, because that's where they would have started bringing you in.
Where did our characters go? There she is.
These guys are up here at this point. Two are trailing you guys. Put yourselves.
How many of me am I here?
I don't know.
Kill you now.
I lost your fig. I lost your fig at one point. So align yourselves between the gnolls, except for Kylar, who will be out in front of the front gnolls. There you go. Alright, so they lead you in and they start bringing the... Hold up, just put yourself back.
Oh, look how clever that was.
Right.
Bring you guys all up over here.
That's fancy.
The gnoll... Oh, who... What?
And we all fell for the trap.
Yep. So they bring you up over here, and lead you up towards the shaman. This one gnoll stays kind of as you guys get that close to that area. Halavar's light source came undone.
Have we come into view of the shaman yet?
Yeah, 1 second.
As we were being marched by the shrine, could we make out any details that I could try and get a religion check on it?
Yeah, you can go ahead and make a religion check. These two guys are gonna be back.
I also want to make a religion check.
Okay. These guys come back
Where is
over
my
here.
religions? 7.
So, and everybody make. We'll do these religion checks first.
Sorry, I failed that check. Hold on. I just put my modifier on there. I didn't actually
14.
roll a die. 14 as well.
Okay, so you guys don't really pick up anything very specific.
Wait, religion check?
Yeah.
Knowledge, religion, yeah.
Oh, I guess since that's the popular thing to do. Pretty
You
sure
are
I
not a man of God.
Actually,
I study it. How about our 25?
25, yes, you are starting to get some information about. Let me get back to the deities section here. Oh, deities, where did you go? Oh, they were under the spell section, right?
There's a list of deities right in the cleric section.
Okay, yeah, that'd be fun.
Page 43.
Paylor's not in there, is he?
Nope.
No, he is not. He's a He's a
Taylor's
carryover
our
from,
own made-up god.
yeah, he's a carryover from D&D. So yeah, you're picking up some stuff from Asmodi, or no, Kunkuthan, which you know to be the god of envy, pain, darkness, and loss. But also some stuff from Norgerber, who is the god of greed, secrets, poison, and murder.
this can't be good.
Oddly enough, you do catch a couple of subtle hints to Paylor.
Ah.
He's not like but all of the references to Paylor that you're noticing within the religious things that you're seeing lying around are more about kind of the gist you get is putting Paylor in his place.
Oh.
And then everybody go ahead and roll perception checks.
Did we all roll ones?
I rolled a 19 for once.
Yeah, me too.
So ooh, okay, there we go. So Kylar and Tim, you notice that this Knoll shaman, as he kind of turns and walks towards you, you notice that he moves with a. What were the other ones? Just want to double check if anybody else is noticing this one because this is a pretty low one.
I rolled a 25.
Yeah, no, I know. I'll get
Okay.
to yours in a second.
That's fine.
Are you trying to? Who's trying to name a?
Oh, that's my bad. I was clicking on the wrong spot.
As he turns and kind of starts coming towards you guys, you notice that the shaman moves with a slight limp. Those of you who were around the last time when you saw him running across the bridges that were up in the tree line or up on the rocks, he definitely did not have a limp at the time. You also notice that he wears an ornate ring of entwined bone and obsidian on his left hand. And Tim, give me a spellcraft also.
32.
You are able to detect that there is a small magical force, like a magical presence on the ring, but none of you are getting any sort of an alignment fix from it. Celissa, you notice all of those things, minus the magical presence on the ring. You also notice, though, that the same hand that the ring is on, his right hand, it appears that all of the fur has been burnt off of that hand, and the underlying skin is heavily scarred, but his hand seems to remain functional.
Okay.
You also see...
This is my first encounter with him, right?
Correct.
Like, as
So
I was a prisoner, I did not actually see him.
You notice that he has a limp, but you don't know that he didn't have it before.
Right.
You also see, kind of off in the distance behind him, this structure back here that is, it looks very odd to you. Looks like you can make out what is supposed to be perhaps a planet, like a bodily thing that you imagine is probably supposed to represent the continent that you guys are all on, and a device that is, perhaps supposed to represent the sun that passes through the sky, that is representative of your god Pelor. But there are other globe bodies around it, and knowing that your body in the center is supposed to be maybe the planet that you are on, your continent, because bear in mind you guys don't know about any of the other planets. The continent that you are on is cut off entirely from the rest of the campaign world at this point. So it seems very odd to you because of the other planets that are on this device back here. You understand that if the middle one is supposed to be your planet, that some of these other ones are supposed to represent various planets as well. But you don't quite understand the meaning behind that at this point. It just strikes you as odd. It stands out to you. You also notice the tome that he was looking at appears to be very ornate and probably containing a magic as well. But at that he kind of finishes walking up to Kylar.
Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
As soon as we come into view, I'm putting smite on him.
Okay.
Would he notice anything like that?
No.
No, it's
So
just
as
like
like a bane kind of thing or something?
Yeah.
So as he approaches, before he says anything, I'm going to engage and say, so word on the street is that these guys gave you a hard time not too long ago. I figured I'd round them up for you while I was in the city.
And he kind of looks over your shoulder and... They do look familiar.
Don't they, though?
All but the priestess.
She was with them, trying to make their way through the city, and I brought them all here.
A fine sacrifice, perhaps. Though I've collected enough power, perhaps, for today. We can send them to Norgorber, perhaps another day. What do you want from them?
How did you know?
I know
Nothing.
your services never come for
I mean,
free.
unless you want to hand me that ring. You know I have my eye on that thing.
If you wanted to keep it for yourself, you should have done so before you delivered it, dwarf.
I didn't realize how much I liked it.
A little too late for that now. Its partners have already been disseminated.
Well, that's unfortunate. You're telling me you took care of the other rings and kept one for yourself.
They have their purpose. And the individual power cannot... all of the power cannot be contained by one individual. And he holds up his scarred and burnt hand, which you're just now kind of taking realization of. Trust
So
me,
even you...
I tried.
Even you with all this. And even now it serves no purpose to you? So why not just hand it over?
Oh, a purpose will be served. The
What about
plan is
that
in the
book?
final
Let me get that
stages.
book.
This book. He walks back over and picks up the blue book that's on his shelf. You think you could make use of this book?
No. I just figured you wanted to give me something in return for all of these glorious prisoners I brought you today.
Your services are never free, dwarf. Of course you require something. I've finished my inspection of this meager magic. Why not? And he tosses it to you.
Ah, very nice of you. I will come back for that ring at some point when I bring you something else you want. Just kind of pocket the book. So where do you want these prisoners? You want them in the cage?
He starts walking a little bit closer, like walking around them, keeping his distance. Is anybody else doing anything at this point? Or are you just kind of watching what he does?
I'm just kind of watching him.
So yeah, he kind of makes a wide swath around you. Walks up right behind you, Celissa, and just kind of like... You reek of Palor.
Like I said, a priestess of Palor and her knight.
Perhaps I shall put an end to you now before you can call upon your worthless god.
Do you really think that's necessary when you can just let her sit there and die slowly and take her power for yourself?
He backs up a couple steps, lets out a bark, and these two start to move off to the side.
Alright, at this point...
At that point...
This is the time. This is the moment, guys.
Yeah, at that point, I'm gonna call over to Halvar and throw him his sword, and I'm actually gonna take a movement.
All right, and everybody go ahead and do initiatives at this point then.
Oh, I didn't throw in my mod. Shit.
I just rolled a 20 for my initiative. What a waste.
Yeah, 23.
Okay, hold up.
13.
Let's do...
I would just at the point we could have blown up the cave and
Okay.
everyone inside of it
What was Kylo?
and picked their remains.
23.
And then... Becky?
13.
Halavar?
20.
20 total. Celissa?
20.
Is a whopping 8. Rolls, however, are 17. Celissa, what's your dexterity?
Dexterity is 16.
And Halavar, I'm guessing, is lower than that?
11. Yeah.
Okay.
Tim was 14.
Tim was... Oh, Tim's not on the list because you weren't here last time. Okay. So, we've got Kylar, Alyssa, Halavar,
Gnalls.
Knowles,
Tim, Becky, Shaman.
Becky, Shaman. Okay. Alright, so Kylar, it is indeed your turn. So you can chuck the weapons to your back to your group and then
So I'm going to,
you can
yeah, I'm
do
gonna
that as part of your move action. You just kind of throw them at them as you move.
Okay, so the sword to Halavar and the quiver.
Well, just in
To
their
Becky?
in their general direction is the best you can get.
Right. Yeah, I'll just basically slide it towards them.
Okay.
And with that, I'll kind of yell out to Celissa and just tell her to duck, as I know that he's going to shoot something at you, probably magic missiles, because he's a jerk. And then I'm actually going to, let's see, 5, 10. I'm going to do a spring attack on this guy, but it'll just be regular weapon damage, probably.
Yes.
Oh, what the hell? My button just went away. That sucks. Uh, 23 to hit.
That will
I'm
hit.
sorry. 21 to hit. My mod
That's-
is messed up.
That will still hit.
Okay.
And let me number these guys. Hold on. 1. Okay. 7 damage.
7 damage, and then I'll spring back out.
Okay. Okay. Salissa.
I'm going to. I will cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
And there's nowhere really to duck.
Not really.
Oh, my bad. Ignore that. What is it doing?
Hmm?
No, my
I'm actually
calculator was messed up.
ducking. There we go. I'll Shield of Faith it, yep. Which gives me... Oh.
It's like a bonus to AC kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just an extra +3 to my AC.
Okay.
I was reading over the spell to make sure I didn't miss something.
Okay. Halavar.
I am going to retrieve my weapon.
Okay.
I got it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say that that's just going to eat up one movement of your square to like pick up and grab it as you're moving.
Okay, I'm going to charge you.
Charge the shaman.
Yep. I have Smite Evil on him. Just roll in so
I
see
don't
what
think you can make it.
with a double move charge.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
All right. Let's see here. Camera angle. All right. I'm gonna have to add smite to this, so. It's only gonna be an 18 to hit.
That will actually hit though.
Okay, good.
The caster. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I was hoping. 19, 25 damage.
Life easier. Okay. Knowles. They are going to. You represent the biggest threat in their eyes right now. This guy's gonna move up. He's actually gonna double move to get over here, just right on society. He can't attack this round, but he's gonna get there. This guy's gonna move up to there and make an attack. You go, which will definitely hit. Die. 12 damage. does nothing, and then it is Tim's turn.
All right, guys, get hastened.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
So just a reminder, 1 extra attack on a full attack. You get a +1 bonus to attack rolls, +1 dodge bonus to AC and reflex saves, unless you lose your dex bonus. And then your movement is increased by 30 feet, unless you are a slower creature. But I think we're all 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I'm going to shift to, well, I guess I'll move over to,
Oh no, you're moving out of range.
I'll move to there.
20, 25.
Okay.
I'll have to be here.
Alright. And then Becky. Your quiver lies 1 square away from you. It's like here.
So there's no way I can like.
You could pick it up as part of a move action, but you wouldn't be able to take a full attack with it.
But with haste, I get a second attack action.
Only on a full attack. So you could get double your move range, but you wouldn't get the 2 attacks unless you take the full attack action. Do this round if you move.
Well, I can move twice.
Correct. You can move twice, but you'd still only get 1 attack.
And then can I shift 5 feet, then move twice, then attack?
No, shift is part of a move action.
Okay. So, Christ. So, if I pick it up, I can't move then attack.
You can move and pick it up, attack, and move. I'll say that because it's doubling your move speed, but you can't. You're not going to be able to make 2 attacks no matter what.
No, I just want to know if I can pick it up and then attack and then move afterwards.
Yes.
Or move. Okay.
I'll allow that because the haste is giving you a second movement effectively.
I'll pick it up and then I'll move. I can move. Are these each blocks is one?
Yeah.
You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm gonna move here. Now I'm gonna shoot him in the back.
Okay.
Nice and close. And so basically my intention for tonight, or at least combat, is I want to do like I have a link of it, but I want to basically like get one on my back and then 1 forward to pile drive while I'm the one on my back. I slam his knees into the ground. That is my goal.
Should have been a rogue.
Wait, what?
I have a video of it. 1 second. What I want to attempt to do. All right. I want to know how hard it would be to do. Like in the chat. Yeah, it was in
Impossible. That would be impossible for you to do.
It's like, you weigh 118 pounds soaking wet, don't you?
I have a strength of a lot. 20. Come on.
That's a double grapple check. You're not going to be able to do that.
Really? Damn it. I was like trying to find the craziest thing I could do this week, and that was the only thing I could find to meet my standards.
Yeah, no, you're
Darn
not
it.
going to be able to pull that off.
That is disappointing.
Why does... Oh, because there's a bone pile there. It's like, why the fuck does Halavar keep falling over?
Well, I mean, I want to do you know, with my justice on to get for the hit. I want to try and shoot this guy dead center, straight to the spine. I want to paralyze him hip down. I want to hit him right in the spine. That is my intended goal.
Called shot. Okay. Roll to
My
hit.
intended goal. Haste gives me +1, correct?
Correct.
Well, let's 14.
That
Shit.
probably is not enough.
That definitely misses. As your arrow goes wide.
It's the thought that counts.
And shatters against the back wall.
Well, fuck.
So that one will be unrecoverable. And then are you doing anything else after that? You still have a little bit of movement left.
Move right there.
Okay. That puts us to the shaman. He will shift back 5 feet so he does not provoke. And then he quickly casts a spell, seemingly upon himself. And then it will be back to Kylar.
Kylar, don't let him cast invisible on himself. He's gonna rabbit.
Oh God. Okay. Where's my hit modifier? I lost my button. For rogues, it's just under your dex modifier, right?
For you, it is because you have finesse, but it also includes your base attack bonus. So for you, it is going to be. Hold on, let me just do this.
Should be 5, right?
So for you, your base attack bonus is 3 plus your dexterity modifier of. So for you, it's a +7 to hit.
Okay.
You know, it would be completely dope if you were to use that hat and make yourself into a gnoll to get sneak attacks. Because you could just walk up behind him because you'd look like a gnoll. That would be so dope.
I could. Well, they kind of already.
At this point, they're already aware of his presence.
Yeah. Okay, so with haste, it gives you double base movement, or is it right?
Yes.
It's an extra 30 feet.
Extra 30.
So for me, I can go 70. So let's say it's here. So 1, 2.
Well, it's specifically an extra 30, so you could go 65 feet.
Oh, 65. I'll be short. So I'm gonna actually go here to go and flanking with this guy, and I'll hit him with my short bow.
Well, you wouldn't be flanking from ranged.
Well, with sneak, I can still roll sneak attack as long as they're within 30 feet.
Right, but
With
you
a sh-
don't.
with-
You don't. meet
You
the
have to get
requirements for sneak
directly
attack.
behind. You
He's
have
not-
to
he's
get
not
directly
flat-footed.
behind him.
He's
Is
not.
that what it says in there?
Yeah, he's not flat-footed, so he's not in a compromised position.
But if he were directly behind him, he'd be in flanking with me.
Yeah, if you went into melee directly behind him, you could be in flanking to get this.
I don't think I can make it because I was by the corner of the table. I
5,
was
10, 15, 20,
here.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Oh, I was
Okay,
counting
easily.
it different. Okay. So, there you go. So I'll stab this dude. But
Okay.
that's only going to be the single, or is it going to be 2 attacks?
No,
or is it going to be
single.
just still the one from haste? Okay.
Correct.
25.
Nice.
That will definitely hit.
So 19 damage.
Nice.
We're gonna have to teach you a little caca action. That way you can. Caca! You gotta make the sound or it doesn't work.
I'm
And
supposed to be a
then,
thief. I'm not supposed to be all loud and stuff.
right? And then, are you doing anything to move away from that, or are you going to stay in flanking for?
I'll stay in flanking for Halavar.
Put it away for now. There we go. Okay, then Celissa.
I'll move here and cast Prayer,
Okay.
which gives. Oh. Gives a +1 bonus to attack, damage, saves, and skill checks. It also gives a -1 to attack, damage, saves, and skill checks for my enemies.
Okay. Is that with everybody within a certain distance?
Within 40 of, well, let me make sure I was with the right 5, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, within 40 of me. I
Okay.
think I got everybody.
Okay.
And what kind of bonus is that?
To see if it stacks.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that.
We're just gonna say that it does right now. We'll double check the rule later, just to keep stuff
Okay.
moving. So we'll
Alright.
say that it does stack for now.
It's a luck bonus.
Luck is one of the ones that stacks with itself regardless. Luck and
Awesome.
dodge are the only two that stack with everything.
Sweet.
Alright, so Halavar.
So, shaman completely out of range for me.
I mean, you could 5-foot shift forward without incurring an attack of opportunity.
Go ahead and do that because I have him on smite. I want a piece.
Alright.
And 5-foot shift, I still get my full attack round, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That
should be
21.
Miss.
Yeah. What?
Okay.
Told you cast a spell on himself.
Critical. 27. Hit.
Firm?
Yes. No.
It will hit.
Firm.
Does not confirm.
And
Regular hit.
I get to put on my bonuses on that one, though, don't I?
True. Yep.
So 6, 8, 18, 26.
Okay, that does confirm. Yes.
Okay.
So
He totally
one,
gave himself
one
mage
critical hit.
armor.
Yes, he did.
Tim, you got a dispel? You dispel this bastard?
Uh,
Damage here is.
I don't have a D spell, but
Use your sperm spray to stick everybody, because that lowers their AC, I think, right? Or is it just movement?
I believe that's just movement. I can double check, but I was gonna.
And on a critical, I just double weapon damage, right?
Yes, you double your dice. And your base dice and your strength. But any bonus dice that you get from like smite or whatever does not double.
Okay. $17 damage.
+1
Plus 1.
from
18
the
damage.
blessings of Paylor.
Plus haste.
That's just
Oh,
That
haste
damage
is
is
just,
just hit.
no, haste, yeah, just hit.
okay.
And-
Rolls.
Hold on. 19
Third-
again.
Third
Possible
attack.
critical for the third attack.
Nice.
Come on. Come on.
Going ham, come on.
Oh, look at that confirmed.
You just copy
Nice.
pasted that. You just photoshopped that real quick.
Put my extra one in there from Celissa and 12 damage. That is the shittiest fucking die rolls in the history of man. But at least he took another 12.
Okay.
This motherfucker's getting D4s for hit die too, so I know he's got to be feeling this.
And then, so that's your turn. So these gnolls are just going to 5-foot shift. begin on either side of you again, and they're both going to take full attacks against you.
Okay.
So this may hurt.
I got a healer.
So,
Cast Mage Armor on Halavar.
Yeah, cast mage armor on me, please.
and it wouldn't stack
And
with your
that too.
armor.
Oh, won't stack with his
No,
armor?
mage armor would not stack with his regular armor.
That's dumb.
Because it's just an AC bonus. So they don't stack.
20.
Miss.
That does not miss, and it definitely confirms. And that will hit, but not confirm. I'm assuming anyway that a 25 hits you.
As long as it's not the shaman.
So that
If
will
that
be
was the shaman, then yes, it would miss.
$24 damage from the first null.
Ouch. From the first one.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Second null, 20 AC,
Miss.
and the dagger misses as well. Okay.
You better start touching yourself, Halavar.
And Tim.
All right. I'm gonna move
So
on
listen,
up
you
here.
saw me take a hell of a hit, just so that you know.
I'm about to take care of you.
And I'm gonna cast slow on them.
Okay.
So that is they're staggered for the next 6 rounds. Can only take a single move or a standard action each turn, not both, no full rounds. So that won't happen again, Halavar.
Yeah.
And then it also takes a -1 to attack, AC, and reflex saves.
Okay. And what's the save on that?
It's a will negates. It's God damn it. 10 plus 3 plus 18.
$18? Okay.
Uh-huh.
You hear the shaman and one of the gnolls shout GG easy.
Bunch of jerks.
But this gnoll, number 1, is
Damn it.
slowed. Okay, and then anything else from Tim?
I moved a standard, that's all.
Okay. Becky. Number 1 is looking pretty fucked up.
I mean, I really want to do that wrestling move. So my only hope is if I paralyze them, but I'm afraid I'll kill them if I try and paralyze number 1. Which one's the shaman?
The reddish one.
The reddish one. Now he's holding that little skull stick thing.
That's just
Is
to
that an
represent
actual
which-
weapon?
No, it's just to represent which one is the shaman.
Okay.
Angel, we lost your camera. Phone die.
Either that or she just got up from her computer for a minute and just shut it off while she got up. Yeah, it doesn't seem like she's on Discord.
Is the shaman within 30 feet of me?
5, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, yes.
Oh, good. I can finally use point blank. I think it gives me like +1 to hit. Oh, let me check real quick.
There we go.
I always free. Okay, sweet. So and I still have haste.
Still have haste, so if you take a full round, you could do your rapid shot and then another regular attack.
Well, let's bane this son of a bitch.
All right.
And go for the hit. I want to shoot this motherfucker. Run dick.
Right in the dick. Go for it. Aiming for that null genitalia. Called shot.
I get a +3. Oh, let's cross our fingers, people.
Nice.
That will hit, but not the called shot.
12.
Okay.
Another one, 26.
Still does not hit the called, but hits.
19. There we go. Oh, it's 13 because point blank gives me +1 the damage rolls. It's 13 and 20 damage. So.
Okay.
All right, last one. Shoot him in the dick.
Roll a 1. Roll a 1. Roll a 1.
Ah!
Yeah, that one will miss. The shaman is not looking very happy.
Are you gonna just start
healthy.
insulting his manhood since since you couldn't hit it?
So
Yeah,
at this point, considering how injured and displeased he's feeling, he's gonna 5-foot shift back 1 square, and then
Blow us all up.
aiming right here in front of Tim.
Awesome.
He's gonna cast a spell and point his fingers forward. His hands start spiraling. You see fire forming in his fingers, and he just hurls it over Halavar's head. Launches past you and hits the ground, exploding right in front of Celissa and Tim. Everybody make reflex saves, including his own gnolls.
Ooh.
+1.
One of them actually failed.
Oh, shit.
8.
Remember, you have the +1 from Celissa's
+1 from prayer.
Yeah, and 1 from haste.
and 1 from haste.
Oh, I didn't include that one.
Yeah, 11.
So it would have been a
still.
29.
Ugh.
Your target is to meet or exceed a 17.
No.
Oh no. I made it.
No.
And Halavar.
24.
Okay, so everyone except for Becky and one of the gnolls will take half of the damage that I'm about to roll. Luckily, I rolled for you guys. Luckily, I rolled shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
So 18 damage is the high number. So the rest of you will take 9. Null 1 actually dies.
What was the number to beat on the reflex save?
17.
17.
Okay.
Get up here.
So I take So I
Take
take
9.
no damage. Then.
Oh yes, you take none because of your rogue and
Yeah.
stuff.
I was just reading. I was making sure.
Yes. So yeah, you actually somehow managed to dodge the massive flames that are wrapping around your body. You're just moving so fast that it doesn't have a chance to actually
That
hurt you.
good.
Yes.
Uncanny.
Uncannily good. Yes, that's right.
Lift your cloak.
Right. Then that will be Kylar's turn.
I like to picture it more like Batman Forever when the flames and he
Just
he
ducks
puts
down
on that
underneath his
thermal
cape.
under
Yeah.
his cape. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually. Well, the shaman's not in flanking, so I'm gonna.
And you see these other 2 gnolls making their way up to you guys also. They heard the ruckus from the back of the room and they're charging their way up to you.
And after kind of watching combat, I'm assuming that. I know nothing's being said. I'm assuming Halavar is going to continue to bull rush the shaman because it looks like he had, is bloodlusted against him.
Let's just hope I get a heal soon because that is the plan. But
So I'm going to spring attack on this number 2 guy.
Okay.
From where I was.
Healed or shield other there, Jesse.
I'm at 11, so I'm like bleeding out of my boots at the
Get a
moment.
heal. Never mind.
Ooh, that doesn't hit.
No, it does not. You know the.
And I just get the. High.
Okay. You drop one of your short swords.
Okay. Well, as part of my spring attack movement, I'll just grab it and relocate myself. Is this too big of a gap to go through them, or too small of a gap to go through?
No, with your tumble, you can make it through there just fine.
Okay, so for the rest of my movement, I'm actually gonna come
the fuck over there.
to right over here.
Okay.
That'll end my turn.
All right. Salissa.
I'll move up to Halavar and heal for 32.
Smash! Oh, I love having a healer.
All right, and then Halavar, your turn. You see Kylar kind of just literally roll up behind this gnoll, stand up for a second, go to take a swipe at him. His short sword falls out of his hand. He just kind of looks at you over the gnoll's shoulder like, fuck. He ducks back down, grabs his short sword, and rolls out of the way.
I tried.
And then you feel a shoulder or a hand land on your shoulder from behind, and then just rolling Paylor energy flow over your body as you feel reinvigorated, and the blood stops filling your boots.
Poor boots.
I am far away from him here.
You're a 5-foot adjust.
Yep.
Well, I'm debating. Does it say 5 foot at least, or 10 foot at least to initiate a charge?
I'm pretty sure it says 10.
We may have to check. Because I could have sworn it was 5, but you're probably right. It shouldn't take but just a second to know.
Can he shift back and then charge?
Yes, because you can 5-foot shift. It will provoke if you do that. But you can 5-foot shift as part of a full attack and charge as a full attack. So yes, you can 5-foot shift.
If I shift forward, I can get 3 attacks on it, so I'll just shift forward.
Okay.
Just unfortunate that you dirty. Probably stand on a pile of
shift on your own
bones.
feet.
No, that's here in a second when I roll these dice.
Yep.
Alright, here we go.
The ones are starting to show up.
Alright,
Yeah.
Chums, let's do this.
8. One from haste, one from Salissa. I believe that's right. Okay. 34. That's a 20.
That's a
Nice.
so it's definite hit. Confirm it.
Rolling those 20s today, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
You took all my rolls.
And that
Nice.
will definitely confirm.
And I get 1 damage from Solicit, right?
Yep.
17.
Alright. He's not feeling very good at
Okay.
all.
Second
He's
attack.
bleeding out of the majority of his body. You hear a quick barking sound from him as his finger just kind of caresses the ring on his hand, and he starts phasing in and out of existence in front of you.
Okay.
Kill him!
Well, that means I got a 50-50 shot each time here. Damn!
Wow.
Shit.
Higher or
Okay. Alright, fellas. High or
low?
low? I got a 50-50 shot. High.
Low. Damn it!
Mm.
It's
High.
All right, roll to confirm. That will definitely confirm.
Going to town.
Yeah.
About time.
nice.
Nice.
Okay.
And with your
Describe
big
it
19, you swing
And
right
make it
through
good.
him.
You
I am
overkilled him.
caught up.
Are you
in
no,
abs-
are you ready for this,
Uh-huh.
Alavar?
Okay.
You did 19 damage.
Mhm.
Technically 20 damage because of the, unless you included the one from Solissa.
I don't know that I did.
Okay, so 19 damage. So you overkilled him by 17 damage.
Jesus.
Nice.
I guess
Or
you
no,
know,
by
like
18 damage. He was at 1 health.
Oh god.
I say that
Make it good.
And,
Make it good.
in my most furious voice, I'm like, you would dare to sacrifice a priestess of Pelor. It's like, may my god's fury guide my hand, and then I just cleave him from just top of his head straight through,
Nice.
all the way out the navel, past the navel, as far as I can get. I'm hoping to cleave him directly in half.
Yeah, no, you
through the
straight.
head.
So you let out your war cry and your love for Pelor. As you raise your sword in the air, Pelor hears your call, and he feels your anger at this egregious act that's been committed against one of your priestesses. Your sword begins to glow with the holy light of Pelor, and you just bring it down. You cleave this gnoll shaman straight in half, cauterizing the wound as you go from the power of Pelor. And as Becky failed to do before, you go straight through his genitals, and he just splits in half evenly down the middle. Both halves completely cauterized and sealed.
So you just had
hell
a
yes.
lightsaber.
Oh, hell yes, I did.
Swords covered in
That,
holy
and I
fire.
am just like buzzing with happiness that Pelor heard my call, and I felt my sword start to glow with his power. That's like paladin crack.
The only other time you've seen it do that is when you tried to call on Pelor to destroy that shrine.
That's true.
So yeah, the Gnoll Shaman dies.
Was that my second attack?
That was.
Yes.
So you got one attack
Okay.
left, and you've got a Gnoll to your side.
I do, in fact. Come on for the triple hat trick.
He's just bloodthirsty now. Covered in gold and red.
You need to take
It
cleave
is
is
a
what you need to
great
take.
feeling.
Huh?
You need to take the cleave feat is what you need to take.
Yeah, I know. I would if I was a fighter. 21.
On the Rangers, that will definitely hit.
Okay. Five damage.
Did you include the +1?
Yeah, I did.
You're coming off your high.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay. And then it's the Gnoll's turns.
And those other gnolls are gonna turn tail.
Yeah, he's just gonna turn to you. There's actually a chance of that, honestly.
Hopefully not. Remember, the next room has like 25 guys in it.
Yeah, right?
One of them does turn and start to book it. At double move.
That could be a problem, guys.
This one, however, is gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's gonna come up over here. This guy's gonna 5 foot here. And they're both just gonna go to town on you. One of them's just gonna swing at you, the other one's gonna try to go to town. So for the one that gets all of his attacks.
Yes? Just say yes.
Yes. 19 AC is a miss, correct?
Yes, on me. Yes, it is. Yep.
And that one will miss as well. And then the second one, single attack, that will miss. Oh, well, hold on. 21 AC?
21 does hit.
With the +1 from haste?
Oh, no. That's 22.
Okay. So he misses.
Remember, they have a negative on their attacks.
The one that was just now
Those
swinging at
two
him
did
does
not.
not.
Yeah.
One of them did, the other one did not.
Right.
Tim. You got one gnoll running for it in the distance. And two gnolls surrounding Halavar. Tim wanders off and starts inspecting the magic items off to the side.
Probably. At this point, that might not be a bad idea with this dude about to call in cavalry.
I mean, you know, in case they are actually going to start sending everybody in, I will actually go walk over to like that alchemy station looking thing.
Or that altar that we walked by when we came into.
The altar.
Yeah, kind of back in that alcove a little bit.
I don't think I would have noticed anything about the altar being useful just as we were walking past it. I don't think I would have gotten a good enough look.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna head over this way.
Okay.
Just kind of quickly looking. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic on the way over.
Okay.
And I'm looking for anything that might be useful in the event that we get overrun with like 30 guys.
Okay.
Like a wand of fireball.
This cage
like
that's
that.
here is emitting a magical aura similar to that you were seeing wisping off of the dead lady and from the room that you guys, the cage room. Other than that, you just see miscellaneous items, nothing of specific note, and a stack of books over to the side. There may be something useful in there. You're not entirely sure. And then you see this globe, and make a perception check.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. 11.
You notice like one of the continents on it looks to be shaped vaguely like the continent of Letnal that you guys know to be your home, but there are other land masses on the globe as well. And this thing looks old, like very, very, very old. But that's really all that you see of note at that point, and that's all you're able to really discern.
Does it seem magical at all?
No, just very, very old.
Okay. Okay.
Becky. What's
So
your
the one
range?
that's running away. Sorry, say it again.
What's your range?
Pretty far. I mean, I have to check.
You can move 70 and shoot that guy in the ass.
I would love to like super kick him and knock him down, but how's he looking?
The guy who's running has full health.
Yeah.
If you moved to here, you would be... Well, if you moved to here, you would be 120 feet away. So that's one range increment for a longbow. If you shot at him from where you are, it would be at a -2, but you have a +1 from haste and a +1 from Solissa, so it's balanced. So you could take a full attack action to shoot at him 3 times.
Ooh,
So do I want the extra shot or do I want a +2?
Ooh, I think you want the extra shot.
If he's
you're
also running, is he gonna have a penalty?
Nope, his back is turned, he's just moving off into the distance. And technically, if you still have your Justice on, I think you get a bonus from that, and if you have your Bane on, don't you get a bonus from that? Because you baned against Knowles.
Last one.
If you've got your
That's my last one.
If you've got your Justice active, then you've still got at least a +1 from that. So you'd still get a
Yeah,
+1 to
Knowles-
your attack.
And Null's running away like Rickon Stark. No zigging and zagging at all.
Yeah, he's just running.
Straight there.
Okay. I have plans for him. I'm gonna try and shoot him right in the Achilles heel. That is the goal. I'm gonna trip this motherfucker. He shall not escape justice. He is fucking filthy chaos Xenos. Works against the law. Let us have faith.
That's gonna be like you're gonna have to roll like a 30 to hit him.
So are you making rapid shot, or are you just taking a regular shot?
Yeah, I'm going rapid shot. So I'm gonna stay here.
He's actually balanced. He has a +1 to hit.
Well, let's see. It's my last Bane, guys. Hopefully, I stun him for the undor.
Yeah, if you're gonna bane it, then you actually have more of a bonus, I think, don't you?
Yeah. Okay, so it's +1.
It's all
Well,
on
I
you,
get three-
buddy.
I get
You miss
three.
these 3 shots, and he gets out that door, we all die. Just keep that in mind.
I would like.
You have a
to
lot
point
of
out-
responsibility right now.
I would like to point out. I wanted to try and blow up.
You
this
may
part of
still
the
get
game.
your chance.
Your point's been made.
Oh!
Oh!
Nice.
Nice. Confirm it. You're gonna hit regardless.
Oh.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. Roll your damage.
All right.
Okay.
You get a +1 to damage from
So
prayer still.
remember Princess Mononoke? This has happened before. You're aiming for his Achilles tendon, and you absolutely hit it, and the rest of his ankle as well, and you sever his foot. That also happens to be half of his damage in one shot. High or low?
Oh.
Oh no, it's just a Constitution save. My bad, or a Fortitude save. Which he succeeds, so he does not outright die. But that was just the first shot.
Well, was that also the damage of a crit from your bow?
What is crit for bow?
Oh,
Double
it's
your die.
double the base die only. So another d6.
So is that an extra D8 or D6 or?
Another d6 plus your strength modifier bonus that's on it. Or no, it's a d8. It's a d8 for your bow, right? So one more d8 plus your strength modifier.
My bow is a D8. Never mind.
Yeah, so d8 plus your strength modifier. Another 12
All
damage.
right.
Nice. So yeah, he's mostly dead at this point.
All you got to do is wing him.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, I mean, I don't know how bad I hit him, so I'm gonna go for that other ankle.
You're seeing Quentin Tarantino blood spurts come from this guy's ankle.
I don't have dark vision, so I'm just gonna go trust my seeking bow that I can go for that other angle. Like I'm sorry,
He
I don't know.
hasn't hit the ground yet, so go for it. He's like his ankle. This other ankle or arrow is basically just on the heel, but of the other arrow. So
All right. So,
roll to
okay,
see if
I'll
it
be honest.
hits.
That first roll, I was like really feeling a 1. I was really nervous. 20.
It hits.
17.
All right.
All right, yeah. So you loose an arrow and it goes flying. Before it actually reaches the target, you loose the second arrow, predicting where his next foot is going to fall. You're attempting to just make this guy go down flat. So the first arrow lands home and just severs his ankle completely off. You can't see it, but in the dark it goes flying off to the side, flung by his momentum as the leg comes out from underneath him. As he attempts to catch his balance, the other arrow hits his left foot, and it just sticks right in his Achilles tendon, burying straight into a slightly soft part of the stone ground. Like it finds an arrow where it's just like a little tiny crack there, pinning his ankle to the floor. The process of that, of losing his first ankle and having his second leg pinned to the floor, he falls forward, and you hear from where you are just a resounding smack, heavy watermelon sound of his head just concussing into the stone floor. And then you hear no further sounds from him. You have one shot left.
To quote the immortal Kay Perry, swish, swish, bish.
Wow.
Okay.
And your third attack shoots Alyssa in the back.
Knowing that I just pulled off one hell of a shot, time to pull off that dick shot.
Well, you think you did. You're not entirely sure. You heard a very satisfying sound of what sounded like a skull hitting the ground, but you're not entirely sure because, as you mentioned, you can't see it.
I felt good about it. That's a good sound. I'm gonna make an assumption that I can go back. I mean, he's just presenting me with a perfect shot right there.
Well, that's not the shaman, just so you know.
Oh,
The shaman's dead.
The shaman's
Oh,
dead.
shaman's dead. Oh,
Somebody's Discord just dropped.
That's weird.
I want to shoot this guy right in the elbow of the weapon, of his throwing arm, stabby arm.
It's on the other side of his body, but go ahead and make a check. Go ahead and make your attack.
Yeah, stabby arm. Come on, swish, swish, bish.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Roll your damage.
What do you do? Shoot the metal cage and ricochet it around?
No, because this is all happening at the same time, so it's as this guy is
that's
reeling
true.
back from swinging at you.
12.
For 12 damage. So it lodges itself squarely in his arm, causing him to drop the weapon. He is now unarmed with his longsword. Falls to the ground, landing at your feet, Halavar. Shaman is gone. Kylar. Oh, look, there's a guy in front of you.
So I'm gonna. Can I make a? If I have 5-foot shift, can I still move after?
Not if you make a full attack.
So where was the shaman in relation to where we are now, like his corpse?
It was right here.
Okay. Not knowing, I saw the knoll take off, not knowing whether he's dead or not. I'm actually going to go up to the shaman and take the ring off of his finger and put it in my pocket for later.
Okay.
I don't know if if that's going to be my whole turn.
That
or
pretty
not.
much, yeah, that would pretty much be your whole turn at this point. I mean, you could
Okay.
still move a little bit after you did that, but you wouldn't be able to attack.
Yeah, I'm just going to shift over a little bit so I'm more directly behind this guy.
Give Halavar some flanking.
Yeah.
Okay. Celissa.
Okay. I'm sorry. I lost sound for a moment. So did the runner die?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Good job.
Epically.
Awesome.
Definitely one for the highlight reel.
Did we lose you again, or are you making a decision?
No, I was
Okay.
just looking at my character sheet really quickly.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Verifying. Sorry. Halavar, are you looking okay?
I'm doing all right. I think. Let me just verify that. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I Oof.
Murder cleric?
Yeah, walk up and hit him with your mace and see if anything spectacular happens, because we don't know what it does. Hey, Kyle, does this feel +5 Vorplish to you?
Snick.
That was so good.
Man, I was really trying to go with
Pacifist
Hippocratic
Seven.
Oath, though.
You still can. You don't have to do anything this turn. You can walk over and start helping Tim look at shit.
Actually, I'll draw the mace and step behind. Oop.
Threatening.
But I'll go, threatening to give Halavar the +2 on that side as well.
Okay. Sounded like you're about to say you're going to go full defense. Full defense would not grant the flanking bonus.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I always forget my teamwork feat. Shit.
Halavar. You have flanking to either side of you. The guy directly in front of you currently just dropped his longsword. He's still holding a dagger, but his longsword is at your feet.
Okay. I will attack him.
Okay.
Come here, pretty girl.
22.
22 will hit.
Nine damage.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Second attack. Jeez.
That will miss.
And last attack.
Confirm it.
Possible crit.
Yep.
22.
Yep. Roll that beautiful beam footage.
$19 damage.
Nice.
Did you add my +1?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
That okay. Alright, and then it is their turn. So he's gonna take a stab at you with his dagger. Miss. And miss. Guy behind you is gonna take an attack at you. As soon as I get my die off the floor. There. 19 will miss you. That will miss you as well. So none of these guys hit. Tim.
Tim is gonna keep on looking around over here. What is in this metal cage?
A person.
Are they alive? Or do they appear to be alive, or can I not tell?
They appear to be alive.
Okay.
They're kind of slouched down, holding on to the bar right now to kind of support their weight. And their breathing is a little bit ragged, but they are definitely alive.
Don't forget that you saw that wispy shit on that cage, too.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna touch or open the cage right now. I'm just checking to see how they're doing. So yeah, I'm gonna keep inspecting a little bit more closely all this stuff now.
Okay. I mean, this stuff is pretty much all the same unless you're going to start going through the books.
Yeah, if there's nothing else to really learn about any of the objects, then I'll just start peeking through the books to see if there's anything important to know. Especially, I guess since we're dealing with this cage, I'll look for any references to it real quick.
Okay.
Or the globe.
Okay, so you're going to concentrate on the globe a little bit more real fast. Let's go ahead and roll another. You're specifically looking at the globe at this point, so
No, you can't
yeah,
play with my mic.
you see several other like large land masses, and as you're looking at it, there's like tiny little writing on them, but you're able to make it out enough, and it's definitely the names of other continents and nations that you've never heard before in your life. But it's definitely referencing other land masses that you should be able, by all rights, to get to by boat. But you know, just from everything that you've heard and the studies that you've done, that when you leave from the east shore, you wind up on the west shore, and when you leave from the west, you wind up on the east. So you're not sure how one would get to these other land masses or where they would be hiding at this point. But it's definitely references to things that should exist.
Are there any markings on the globe as far as like what the shaman might have put on the globe or anything?
No. For as old as it is, though, you can tell that some of the like gears for it are shiny from being moved a lot recently. So it seems like maybe he's just been spinning it a lot, inspecting all the different aspects of it and the different nations and things like that. Like he's spent some time with it, obviously moving it around because some of the parts are shiny again where they should be very old.
Giant fidget spinner.
Yeah.
Okay.
The books, it's gonna honestly, it'll take you a little while if you want to go through the books, just because there's so much stuff there.
I'm not gonna focus on that too much then.
The water pool appears to be fresh water.
Yeah, I'll just keep making my way down.
Okay.
Is there anything on this drawing table?
So again, you get over here and you kind of take note now of the same device that I described to Solissa earlier, with the various planets. That piques your interest a little bit because you notice that the central globe matches in many ways the globe you were looking at over here with the multiple continents being yours. And then the other planets also seem to have land masses on them and oceans very clearly depicted. So it kind of speaks to other worlds that there's knowledge of out there somewhere, but that you've never heard anything about. The drawing table has actually what appears to be the shaman's notes about what, as far as you can discern anyway, about the rings, as there's drawings of several rings, and then some language written on there, but it's not in... What languages do you have again?
I have Common, Elven, Celestial, Draconic, Gnome, and Orc.
Okay, it's not in any language that you're familiar with. But there's definitely like his scribbles and notes next to, like, there are depictions of 6 rings, and 5 of them have notations written next to them.
Okay.
But you're not able to really make out what they say at this point. Becky.
Well, no longer OP. The one flanking. How's he looking?
This one was looking pretty fucked up.
No,
Not
the
looking too
one
good.
flanking.
They're both flanking. This one looks perfectly healthy.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was thinking about a teamwork flank with a +2 if they're flanking. So they're both flanking?
Yeah, they're both being flanked.
Well, with any luck, I want to try and paralyze them so I can do that wrestling move.
Okay.
One can hope. So I get the... How close were they? Within 30 feet?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Squares.
yes.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so it's
5, 10, 15,
Justice,
20, 25, 30.
point blank. The haste, and is the prayer still going on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's +5 then. Sweet. All right, cross your fingers, bitches. Paralyze these fools. 30.
30 will hit your called shot. Roll your damage to see if it's enough to cause paralyzation.
I don't have my bangs anymore.
Does he have a mild tingling sensation?
He should not
so
know a walk.
He was going for position on this one.
What's your total on that, though? Does that include the +1 from prayer?
Damage wise, what do I get? No, it's 5 for the prayer, and wasn't a deadly shot. So yeah.
So, as far as you know, you've paralyzed him because he falls prone to the ground.
Okay, good enough for me. You paralyzed my mind. Let's go for the other one. It's got a fucking +5. I will do that wrestling move where I shatter one's knees and pile around the other. Okay. I get 2 more shots at this. 28?
That will hit the called shot. Damage?
Fuck yeah. That doesn't kill him.
That does not. That's on this guy or on the guy on the ground?
Oh no, not the guy on the ground, the other
On
guy.
the fresh guy? Yeah, no. It hits him, but it doesn't seem like he's paralyzed. He's hurting. He's obviously in pain from it, but it didn't seem to paralyze him.
You only got one.
No, I can still do this.
Got one
Let's
shot
shoot
left.
him in the kneecap. Let's go for the kneecap. Okay, I'm also gonna shout out like, do not finish these guys. They are mine.
LRR, from where you're standing, you can see that the one that fell prone is definitely dead.
I don't know that. The 32. Like,
that will hit his kneecap.
6.
And that does kind of blow out his kneecap, yes. So he falls kind of down to one knee.
I can't run over there. I want to start grappling both of them.
No, you cannot. Shaman's dead. Kylar. So one just dropped to his knee in front of you in pain, howling.
Come on,
The
don't
guy
kill
that's
him.
the guy that's directly in front of me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Oh, look at that.
Extremely tempting. Injured.
And it doesn't
One in
look like
front
the
of
one
you.
on the other side of Halavar is doing any moving at all.
So 20 to hit,
That will hit.
Nice.
17 damage.
Nice.
Okay. He does not look happy at all.
Do it again.
23 will hit. 21 damage.
Yeah.
So you overkilled him by 20.
Let's scramble his brains around a little bit.
So So, all right. So you want to describe it, or you want me to?
I'm gonna, you know what? I'll take my swing with my first sword and see that the kind of lightning just arcs through his back, and he kind of winces in pain as he's falling over further. And then I take the blade covered in ice, and I just take it and put it around his neck and pull as hard as possible. And as I pull, the ice is so cold that it actually cauterizes the wound as his head falls off and doesn't bleed anywhere. And I don't have to clean the blade off. I'm good to go.
All right. So yeah, you do this. You hit him with your lightning sword. Use the impact of it to bring your ice sword around, stick it against his throat, pull back. The ice blade like intensifies in your hand with your rage at killing this guy, and cauterizes the wounds off, like freezes the blood cells in place as they are, and just the extra momentum that you give it, the head just kind of goes like comically flying up into the air like a football before falling back down and landing at your feet, the eyes staring straight up at you in surprise. So as all of these guys, as this last guy falls dead, from this back corner of the room, over here,
The real boss appears.
You hear
Ah, shit.
A howling of wind and the sound of wood, like just shaking and shuddering. Halavar and Celissa, your internal clocks are telling you that it is dawn outside, and the power of Pelor is driving you right now. You guys are feeling his presence outside, and the howling intensifies. The wood beginning to creak, and then out of nowhere, suddenly, you just hear a splintering sound of wood cracking open. And what seems to be, from where you're standing, a hatch in the ceiling just kind of explodes outward rather than inward, and Pelor's light comes shining in through this hole, lighting up the scaffolding.
Oh shit! Gotta kill Pelor.
You know that, and you can feel like as the light of his dawn shines down through this hole, you can definitely tell that it is his power.
This den has been cleansed.
This house is clean.
And it is pretty much beckoning to the both of you.
I guess I definitely step into the light.
All right. As Halavar, as you walk over, you
Don't
step.
leave me behind.
You step onto the scaffolding, walking up into the light of Pelor. Celissa right behind you. And as you both step into this light, you feel invigorated by this power. It seems to wash over you and cure any wounds that you have. And as it does so, Celissa, you notice that Halavar's sword and shield begin to glow with the light of Pelor, radiating a warmth that you are very familiar with. And you just notice Halavar take on a more sturdy stance, and you feel that he is now becoming a true champion of Pelor, someone perhaps worthy of the temple that you serve for. As this happens, the rest of the party, a light reflects from Halavar's shield, and this is not like the tendrils that were in the cage. Just to emphasize that up front.
Yeah, don't stab me in the heart.
It is definitely the light of Pelor reflecting off of Halavar's shield as he kind of like turns to face Celissa, like he's looking to her for direction. As he does so, the shield on his back reflects the light, and it spans across the room. And it strikes across Tim first, spans across and lights Becky, and before finally landing on Kylar as Halavar turns to full face Celissa. And each of you feel the warmth of this light roll over you, and you as well, any of your wounds are healed. You feel the presence, not necessarily of Pelor, but of your own individual gods, whoever it is that you worship to. You feel their presence within this light. And at that, everyone regains all of your hit points, and everybody levels up to level 7.
Nice.
Level 7?
7?
Yes, because you guys
We
were
were all
at
level
6.
6 this whole time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure everybody was
Log
only
in
level
the
6.
old character sheet.
I was gonna say I'm gonna have like 7,000 things to add now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we
Yeah,
happen to know if, by chance, just like roughly, this is one of those days of The Shining?
It is not. No.
Oh, okay.
You know that is still, at this point, it's coming up fast from the amount of time that you guys have spent in this cave. But you have probably about 2.5 weeks left before The Shining, which means your timetable is coming close. And you still haven't found the rings.
We found a ring.
I think you may have found one ring. And Kylar still looks like Gladsheen.
What does Kyler look like?
Gladsheen?
Put the hat in my pocket.
Okay. So the illusion washes away from you, and you return to looking like Kylar. And you still feel the weight of the book in your pack that the shaman gave to you previously.
Yep. And I'm gonna keep the book and ring on my person until we're actually in the city.
Okay. Tim, are you gonna inspect any more stuff? Just gonna round up some stuff to take with you? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, any of the books, scrolls, and especially the notes.
Okay. So yeah, there's. I mean, you can take a fair amount of that stuff with you. You do notice another heavy tome over next to his bed.
All right, I'll go ahead and grab that as well.
Okay.
And then I'm actually going to call everybody over to this cage and see how we want to handle that.
Okay.
Maybe Celissa might have some ideas since she's been a prisoner here. Not necessarily here, but elsewhere in the cave.
So is everybody going over to look at this cage?
Yeah.
Okay. Halavar, as you get over near here, and Becky, as you get over near here, and you start kind of looking at this cage that Tim is pointing out to you, you are both confused. As you both kind of constantly have your individual detects on. You are... The person in this cage is flickering in and out of being evil. Flickering in and out of being chaotic. It seems
Weird.
to you, and even within those ranges, just from working with each other, as I described for Becky previously, you're able to detect like chaotic, like hard chaotic and chaotic meh, and you're able to detect like evil and evil light kind of thing. And it seems to you like the being that's in this cage, this person that he has trapped in here, is fluctuating through all the ranges of good and evil, and all the ranges of being chaotic and stable.
Wow.
It is highly confusing.
Well, I'm gonna urge on the side of safety, and I suggest we purge the chaos.
So purge it by releasing this person from the cage and destroying the cage?
I was gonna say violence, possibly. Kind of running on a combat high.
So if we release this person and they attack you, then you take
We
care
can
of them.
kill-
Otherwise, we just destroy the cage.
Wait, is the person chaotic or is the cage chaotic?
You're picking it up from the person.
I mean, we could just kill the person while they're in the cage.
But
I mean,
you're
I
also
at
picking
least-
up not chaotic.
Well, I mean, I want to be safe. I'm kind of running on a combat high, off pulling out those awesome shots. So unless someone is going to stop me, I'm gonna try and shoot the person.
Through the cage bars?
Oh yeah, did you see the fucking shots I just made? I stopped the one from getting away, and bringing on a
I
horde
mean,
of bad
he's
guys.
trapped in the cage. Becky could just literally walk up to the side and perform a coup
Walk
de
up
grace
and
with her bow.
Yeah.
Is this person also just wearing tatters, or are they wearing different clothes than the other prisoners?
They're also wearing tattered clothing, like tattered noble clothing.
Oh, they're nobles?
Yeah, he's wearing like he's
Yeah.
wearing fine clothes that once upon a time were tattered or were fine, but now is just tattered remains. And he is human.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna change it. Can I cast Confess and say, why should I not purge you, you filthy fucking chaotic piece of shit?
But he's not chaotic all the time.
Well, he's chaos half the time, and that's too much of the time.
He doesn't.
I can see
answer
where you're
you.
going with that. If he's chaotic half the time, but not the other half of the time, that's a pretty chaotic way to be a chaotic.
I'm just saying, like, oh, exactly. That's
He-
even more chaotic.
He
That's
doesn't even recognize that you're asking a question of him. Like his
So
head
does he not?
his head kind of
Holy shit.
lolls to the side and like he's looking at you, but he looks like he's just barely even existing.
So he should take damage then if he's not going to answer the question.
I think he's under the effect of this cage.
So we should kill the cage.
I think we should release this person and destroy the cage if possible.
Can I make him shaken? Can I cast Castigate on him?
You wanted to blow something up, right?
Oh shit! Yes, I do. He's listening. What are we gonna blow up? The cage?
After we get this guy out.
Deal.
All right, so you guys are gonna try to open the cage. How are you
Was there a
gonna go-
book near the cage?
Not directly near the cage, no. The heavy
He
tome
gets
that
to
you
blow
found,
something up, so
the book that he gave to quote unquote Gladsheem, and then the stack of books back there.
All right, I'm gonna. You guys want to help me look through these books for any kind of mention of a cage or anything like that, and I'll go ahead and look through the big tome that I found near the bed.
Okay.
Sure.
I got. Let's see what knowledge I have. Should we roll knowledge checks or?
You could roll Arcana checks because specifically you're looking for information about magic. Tim, definitely roll me Arcana check. And a spellcraft. Okay.
Well, he had said that this was a sacrifice to the god. I'd have to look up the god's name again. So is it actually a religious or divine spell? So could I use knowledge religion?
You could use knowledge. Yeah, you could do a knowledge religion.
And
I'll
he
allow that.
specifically said that this spell was a sacrifice to this other god.
Yes.
Ooh, I got knowledge religion.
Really, what I'm hoping to find in a book, or if we're able to glean any information, is a way to open it without really physically touching it, because I saw the tendrils kind of hanging off of it.
Yeah. What color do I have you set to,
Knowledge
Tim?
plane.
I'm sorry?
Red. I have you set to red. Is that
I'm red,
correct?
yes. So I had a 33 Arcana and a 19 Spellcraft.
I probably spelled that wrong.
Oh, okay, that's what the tome is.
Yes. So listen, what did you get for your...
I failed miserably.
Oh,
12.
okay. Yeah.
I rolled a 2.
If anybody else wants to roll religion checks on it with that information.
Yeah, my religion check was really bad. What about a knowledge planes check?
No.
Darn.
Try religion anyway. Hope for the best.
Yeah, I did. It was a 14.
Oh, okay. Alavar, knowledge religion, you got it?
I do have it actually.
What are you
Unfortunately,
rolling, Paul?
whenever I Whenever I
I'm
typed
fixing
in,
my buttons.
Oh,
because your character sheet is like preformed, it's not recognizing Holy Vindicator as a class, so it's like fucking my shit all to pieces.
yeah, we'll have to
How would you
go through and fix it.
how would you
later,
like me to deal with that?
Well, we'll go through and fix that later.
Okay.
I'll take a look at the sheet and see what I can do to maybe add some of that stuff in.
Okay.
'Cause it's all
Well,
based
and
on
that-
formula stuff.
Yeah. Basically, I just need to roll a religion check.
Yeah, just roll a religion check. Your level stuff isn't actually added in it as of yet.
10.
Yeah, you guys have no idea what the whole sacrificial portion of this is. I am gonna say that we will pick this up next time though, because it is 12:36.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Alright.
see who's online that we might want to go raid, and then we're gonna come back over to all of our lovely faces so we can say goodnight to everybody. And then we'll see who we want to go throw the love over to. So let's kind of go slightly reverse order. Let's start it with Angel. Angel, give us some background on you and your character for everybody. Just your general good night for the evening and what you got going on.
So I play Celissa, the High Priestess of Palor. I'm trying to play the character with the Hippocratic Oath, do no harm. So play a super buff and super healer. So far, I've been able to stick to the oath, but I foresee with this group that's not going to last very long. I play Amp Guard with Jesse. It's how I came to be in this group. And I guess that's about it. It's just me.
Alrighty. Let's go on over to the other side of the board, over to Tim,
What's up?
aka Reno. Say your piece about just a quick outro about you or your character or whatever you might want to say for the goodbye for the evening.
Tim didn't seem to do very much tonight. It was
Because Halavar did everything.
He was
Halavar
concerned
did
with
do
his
everything.
It was a good
Hey.
it was a good night for the old Hal.
Becky got some shit done.
And yes, Becky had that awesome, cross the football field, double shot through the legs, and Tim tried to find an interesting or useful object and found a book that I'm sure will be interesting, but nothing yet.
You did find some papers that are clearly about the rings. You just haven't been able to discern what they say yet.
And I found information about, Meta, the rest of the planet.
True. And other planets.
Yeah. So, it's Tim's about story building tonight.
Seems to be. Let's move it up to Becky, aka
Becky
Ben.
is very focused on her own needs, and sometimes that's bloodlust. Other times it's food.
Most of the time it's food.
Most
I mean,
of the time.
someone's got to keep you guys alive and me in check. It's a symbiotic relationship.
And you can follow Ben over on twitter.com/politicalsmark if you'd like to do so. How about Halavar, aka Jesse? Give us the rundown on you, sir.
I play Halavar. Try to do my best to be a good paladin. Again, as I say in almost every one of these, this is my very first ever playing a lawful good character. And I like to feel like I'm doing all right with it. Again, I am lawful good, not lawful nice.
Important
Trying my
distinction.
best. Like Angel said, I do play Amp Guard. It's a nationwide live action roleplay. If you guys are looking for something fun to do, you got to check it out. Get out
He's on
there
your
and kill
side.
somebody with some foam.
Only simulated violence in the danger room. And Polyboy.
So I play Kylar, who is the chaotic neutral thief in the group, and I try to play to the character as best as I can. That's why I didn't feel so bad stabbing the lady in the heart. It was fine. It worked out for Halavar. Yeah, I try to play him that way just so that way I kind of have a bit more freedom to do things that the other group members won't do because I'm banded with a bunch of lawful good people. So it is fun being able to do things that they won't, especially being the thief and the rogue type. So yeah.
I would like to mention that I'm extremely appreciative of Kylar taking the ring and put it in his pocket because I'm totally not sure where that ring went. I think it just banished its magic. See, Kylar does a good job of keeping me in some solid loot without my knowledge of where it comes from.
Hey, I got you this.
And
It's
you
a
can follow, and you can follow Paul over on Twitch, PKOya. All those links are in there for you. He does some YouTube, he does some Twitter, and he does some Instagram. Go throw the man some follows and some love. I got some stuff in the works for you guys, so be on the lookout for that. Very interesting stuff coming from him if you're interested in cosplay especially. We're going to throw it on over to Butternut, who is doing currently a 24-hour Patreon Days stream. So we're going to throw it on over there. Go on over and say hello, let them know where you're coming from. And everybody, we're going to go ahead and say good night.
Good night, guys.
Night, everybody.
Friday.